So anyway, I took a nap. I can see that person calling itself Joe Smith is already starting to do disgusting harassing. So it's just about blocking. Yeah. So that's all you do is block a person. I don't need to report a person when they took over the YouTube platform. You just block it, and then it's going to pretend to be 14 other people, and I just keep blocking it because it's all the same person that's depersonalized and insane. So I was just talking about on Twitter. Um, if you things forgot when you did that baby Veronica thing, I'm sure you wouldn't admit you forgot something um, because you're so insane and depersonalized. You're not even in the military. You're random people on the internet keeping me hostage. You're not in the US military. That's how sick you are. But I was explaining to you how God Almighty has tricked you into self terminating as a self terminating species. So, because of the thermonuclear weapons, and it begins to all of the things that you make up day to day to try to explain your reality don't make sense. None of them come to fruition. You begin to get agitated. I can tell you guys are in one of those things. It's kind of similar to 2020. God has a way of explaining it. Like, I knew it when that guy showed up on the corner and stuff. Um, and that because I was talking about that dude on Washington Street. So, like, you do the same behaviors, and it's a way that God communicates things to me. And then you started doing some weird stuff where you're saying that people are clashing with police. None of it has any meaning. Um, as you try to, I guess, enjoy some sort of a playland that you believe you took over. Like you believe you took over the government, you took over the land piece, you took over the planet, and then you don't really know how to do anything fun except try to terrorize people while thermonuclear weapons kill you all. And then, like I said, some of you have tried to retreat through your dementia and your depersonalization into other characters as you took over the YouTube platform and Facebook and then tried to pretend you were different people. Then you actually tried to pretend you were people that you murdered, most likely, and you locked them out of their Facebook. Okay. Trying to retreat into another person because you don't like yourselves and you keep forgetting even who you are. You forget your history and stuff because your brain is dying. Just over the 4 years of you typing things, it shows how profoundly insane you are. So I just keep reiterating to the public to remain calm, try to ignore the things that you're doing so that they don't end up, for absolutely no reason, by the way, scurrying around for food and water. There's no reason for any of that to take place. Nothing has actually happened on planet Earth to be causing upheaval. It's just that you have mentally insane people that are dying that won't stop trying to cause upheaval because they're ill. Okay, like in 2011, you were told you had a nuclear event and a tsunami that killed 20,000 people in a day, and you weren't bouncing around screaming in the street, burning buildings on fire, looting stores. There's no reason for any of that. And you've all been flush with money. So you need to try to understand what's going on with you biologically and stop listening to, I don't know if these are people that are community organizers, because that business is not on television. And then all of a sudden, we're told there's a group of you flipping out. But when I go to Boston Common, there's no one there. So I don't know if it's made up or you people are in college or you're homeless, you're being paid to show up because they used to pay people from Craigslist your drug addicts maybe that wanted drug money and they told you had to hold a sign. I'm familiar with some of that business. The public hopefully is familiar with it. Okay. Some of them are extremely mentally ill and drugged out and think they're in the military and stuff, and they're going to organize people to do a protest, and that makes the public do something. So it's important to ignore these people. Okay. It's really important to ignore people so you don't end up in a city like those people screaming in the street for Father God to help them after they destroyed their city and they didn't know what to do because there's no meaning to be doing that. People get caught up in it like those riots in Los Angeles, and then what do? You expect people to come and fix everything and turn the ship back on because what you just did didn't make any sense. You got high, you got drunk, you went into a rage that has no meaning. That has no meaning to anything. All you folks want is money, and that's why you printed money. So you need to really calm down now. Maybe do different drugs if drugs are a factor in that, because I know people that use stimulants go into these weird rages. Okay. It's kind of like an avoidance from what I can tell, and you're under a lot of biological stress because you're having a brain plague that I would have to fathom that that's biologically stressful to your entire central nervous system when the brain is sick. So it can cause some uncomfortable things like some people that have medical conditions they have difficulty sleeping and stuff. So I'm sure when you're having a brain plague, it can cause those symptoms too. I explained the thing about walking. Some people do that Mandela art, like things that keep you calm, listening to music. Uh, some of these creatures that want you out in the street screaming and smashing storefronts for no reason, um, they keep shutting people off of the social media where all people are doing is typing and stuff. That's been going on for 13 years as people try to exist around it. So people that want food and water, it's important for you to be maybe against these people, at least if you don't have a way to stop them from blocking people, from having Twitter accounts, Facebook, live streaming. Individual users just block a person, right? I can hide people's comments, I can block them. They don't have to be removed from social media. There's never a reason for that. There's people that are sick and they will make up a weird story and then stop blocking people because they're sick and that's all they do. Like they're playing whack-a-mole. I think that those people need to be off of accessing the social media platforms and be given um, calming medication so that people have food and water because they keep doing that, trying to force people out to Boston Common screaming in the streets and blocking a road. And so apparently that if that did happen in New York City, I'm sure that's what those people are mad about, right? And like I said, they will actually pay people to pretend they're protesters, like they did at Planned Parenthood. Uh, they did some of that in Quincy some years ago. They had people paid to hold a sign. They don't even care about what the sign is that they're holding. They just want money for drugs. Okay, so um, every time that God gets them talking about the effects of being exposed to radioactive material, they don't want that. It's too boring. So it's kind of too bad. But if they remembered, it probably was about 2014 um, when they decided to make up a story called Save Baby Veronica, which is my oldest child's name that you murdered, that was kidnapped and you murdered. And then you shut off phones and stuff to try to hide that. Uh, if they remember doing that, because there's videos on YouTube, I just posted one to the Twitter from CNN. And that story it wasn't just on the internet, went all the way up to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. So I'm explaining to you how sick you are as a people, if you forgot. It says on the thing it was 10 years ago, so it makes sense. It was probably about 2014. God is forcing you to self-terminate. Do you folks remember your pope quitting? The pope resigning, and then you made supposedly a new pope? Okay. God is forcing you to self-terminate. Uh, like it's you have a brain plague and you just keep doing all this weird stuff because you're not being allowed to save yourselves, and you can't stop doing anything that actually would have somehow solved your world problems and saved your species. So they began discussing, what was it, a week or two ago before the last flip out, about not being screened for lung cancer. Okay. So people aren't going to know they have lung cancer until they're about to die, and they may still not even know they have it. They might think they have a cold. Okay. Um, there's no symptoms. Most people find out they have it by random screening because by the time you get symptoms, the survival rate is nothing. Okay. And you in all of your hospitals in Massachusetts are being closed, so there is no medical treatment for you. Okay, um, so far they're having a difficulty, but they did begin some of the news stories that I was shown on YouTube. I don't know if it's on your TV or not, about people don't get screened for lung cancer unless they're over 50 or over 55 and were heavy smokers. Okay, those are the only people that are even offered screening for lung cancer. Okay, so if you yeah, it's not, I don't know about the other cancers, but right, you're not gonna get symptoms from that particular cancer. There's no nerve endings and stuff in your lungs, so you don't have any pain until until the, cancer is obviously metastasized and it goes into other parts of your body, and then, that might lead you to go to a doctor, but apparently you get shortness of breath, and then you die. Yeah, so I think you can die pretty fast from it. It's not something to really be that worried about, but they're supposed to have some way to distribute to you pain medication, and you had a literal governor talking about it, and now they're back to talking about effing nonsense. So it's a constant struggle. This business about a ceasefire in Gaza and stuff, they're getting caught up in just absolute nonsense. I don't know if these people have dementia and they just do what they're told. They just do what they're told. They go to a microphone and say what they're told because they have dementia. That has no meaning. Ceasefire in Gaza really doesn't. That's all I can tell you. Has no meaning. This business about clashes has no meaning. Um, there was people that were trying to discuss what can happen if people go into a panic about food being delivered and how you don't want that. And now we're back to talking about clashes. That doesn't have any meaning. Okay. Um, you have a complete inability to stop keeping me a hostage, and that's just God's will. So a lot of you people's reality and stuff is not my reality, as I just go day to day waiting for all of you, all due respect, to die because you're clearly never going to be able to stop doing this. So I began going over some of the stuff about the people with the wicked, sinister thoughts and stuff because they're being forced to self terminate. Um, just nobody is that sinister, and it lacks sense. So that's how he's getting you to do what you're doing because it's so insane. Um, like clearly there was some other way and some other thing you could do, and I told you that from the beginning. Um, some things that might still pop up that you might believe that can't be true, but your brains don't really function logically. You're not in a lesson. Uh, If you're in it, whatever you're going to transition into that's not this physical form, I don't know if that's a lesson of some kind, but it's not you're in a lesson and then none of this is real and then it ends because you're about to die and stuff. That's just completely irrational. So it's the end of your entire species. You're not the only being on Earth dying. It's the end of your whole species. Like just the very fact that you would use a kidnapped minor, and then that's part of your game, and I don't know what that was ever supposed to mean. I don't know what that was ever supposed to mean. This baby Veronica stuff, no idea what that would ever was ever supposed to mean. But an absolute refusal to return my children to me and stop keeping me hostage here. So you're clearly being forced to kill yourselves off in a mass extinction. So that's just basically all that I can see going on today. Um, so it's been the weekend. I guess I'll check tomorrow and see if these people decided to stop taking a train out here to go walking, and they can walk to Castle Island. Although it's going to be rainy, it's going to be rainy here too. So maybe they can go to Boston and scream. I suggested those people really try to control themselves from yelling because they could have a stroke. That can become a very uncomfortable state when people start yelling like that and they can't stop yelling. So it's sort of important to kind of control yourself from doing that. It has to do with the ionizing radiation, in my opinion. It has to do with being continuously x-rayed. It's a very uncomfortable state. Okay? You get used to it, I guess. And I have a whole workout regime and I take daily walks. And I'm like in a union with the Almighty. But it's that. It's sort of like your biological system knows something's wrong. So it would be like anything else. If someone was sitting there sticking you with a needle or cutting you with a razor, you'd scream out, right? It's because you can't see or feel the x-ray, but your central nervous system knows what's going on. That's why you're screaming like that. So I don't know if they're making up stuff for them to be a reason that they're there yelling like that. It's like this too. These beings are brutally insane. I've dealt with it myself. It doesn't matter what I say. They sit there laughing at you. They're brutally insane. So it's kind of important to try to avoid yelling and stuff. Um, I just ignore them. I just ignore them. It's once a week I go to a food pantry. I'm not even dealing with the SNAP food card anymore. I just people that were new to the shelter or something. Just I think Joey tried to explain it to them. 13 years, they just decided that's what they're going to do. And they don't understand themselves what's going on. They think that nobody was ever going to stop them and they're being put down. And then they will convert into believing they wanted that to happen because it keeps them from attacking you. Right? Because the whole thing, you have to think a planet, 8 billion people. In order for everybody to be orderly and have food and water until everyone dies, it has to be like that. Right. Once you realize that's what it is, I think it helps a lot. They're in a delusion to keep them calm so that they don't cause upheaval and we all get food and water till we die. Right. We don't want to be in a constant. It doesn't do anything. Some people made a mistake and they did that in other cities. And then people had to just go in and fix their electricity and stuff. And they're right back to doing what they were doing before. They're not free. No, they're not somehow free because they can't be free. That doesn't make any sense. They live in a concrete slab and they're not my species. They don't even walk anywhere. They don't even know what free means. What they meant is they wanted to have more money. They want to rape people and have unlimited drugs. They don't even know what free means. They're so sick. They don't know what that means. Like, these people are not colonists that are gonna live on a fucking farm and mind their own business. That's why then they start moving to other cities and stuff. They don't even know what free is. They're just deranged fucking animals that are never gonna be free here. It's just sad, man. They don't know what that is. Well, to some extent, I don't wanna cause a problem, but to some extent, yeah, you go, "Okay, so where did you come from? So you people destroyed a city and then came here. The fuck is that?" And then we stand in a longer line to get food because you destroyed a fucking city and then came here. Get it? But at least you learn to not fucking do that shit, and maybe you can go out and tell these people they gotta stop it. If you came here from fucking Missouri or LA or Florida or something and you go, "Look, I don't wanna be a jerk, but, like, I just came from there, and what you're doing, you don't wanna be doing that here. That's why we had to move here. We did all that. We're the fucking retards that looted stores and shit and then ended up without fucking running water, and now we're invading your area where you people weren't fucking stupid enough to do that, so we can live in some sort of fucking civilized area. Get it? That's the God's honest fucking truth. They're not gonna let those people on the internet because they're fucking deranged animals. These people don't even live here. These people are in another fucking land piece fucking with people through the internet and the news media, and then watching you and then thinking they're gonna drop something in a fucking helicopter. Believe me, God is killing them. It's all a big, huge delusion. Right? It's just I'm trying to help you as a people because clearly it's your own fucking people doing it to you. I mean, give me a break. I think they're so sick too. They had the opportunity to go with China or Russia was doing it to you, but they want you to know it's them. Like, do you want that clock back? Because they do that shit to me too. Whatever it is within them, they don't even want you to believe it's another fucking country doing it. People tried to go with that, right? People tried to go with it's China or Russia bombing us, and they don't even want that. They want you to know it's them. That level of fucking sick. Okay, whatever, it's you. Continue doing what you're doing. So, in terms of what you think you're doing, where God has put you in a delusion to kill yourselves, I'm sure you don't remember probably doing Free Amir, which means Free Our Mother, and then somehow deciding that you weren't going to do that. Like, you're going to do a private terrorism of a mother and six minors. That's what you thought you wanted to do. That is the decision you made after being given an exact date given prophecy. That's the decision that you made. The military and the mass media. That's what you decided to do. Okay, so just reminding you about what you did. Obviously, right after Leon Panetta flew over to the Vatican and the Pope quit, is when you began shutting off all of my communications. So you made a decision after that. You thought in your minds, that's what you thought, that you were going to do this secretly. And you came to the house in Dedham and announced that you saw my stuff online and you're the Secret Service and you're the Dedham police. So you made that decision sometime around 2000, the fall of 2012, when you made up Operation Pillow Cloud, an exact date given prophecy, and then Leon Panetta went to Rome and the Pope of the Planet quit because of my post on Facebook. That was February of 2013. And right about that time, you decided that I was going to be your private hostage. And at that time, God put you in an Arton to kill yourselves. You're in a total and complete extinction. So, from what I can tell from some of the stuff that's been posted to me, you don't recall much of that. And you try to depersonalize into different characters, including just your regular people on the internet. And that clearly can't be true given what you're doing. So, I would assume you began either filtering what your people that run your media were seeing. I don't know if you told them that I was saying that stuff, or you just took over what they're going to report on. And then it seemed to me that you were in this thing where you actually thought you were going to get people to stop driving and stuff. You actually thought you were going to like it ran the gamut because you're completely mentally insane. You had Barack Obama and Joe Biden telling people to drive, and then you had all sorts of people um, driving on purpose. Then you had some people that seemed like they were still trying to get people to stop driving, or I would assume that you thought you were enjoying causing chaos, that you probably thought other people were dumb, including me. That's what I would fathom you thought. Right. You shut off my communications. I'm dumb. I don't know you're doing that. Um, the weird email that came from you where I don't know if you're that retarded or you thought it was funny to pretend you're that retarded, and um, right, setting up to deny me a phone, everything you've been doing. Um, just the weird, you can tell obviously you're in the military. I knew that from the beginning. Uh, it just, but you're mentally insane people. So I would assume that at some point in time, like you probably thought that you were fucking with the population here. Like that was your personal fun thing that you control. You orchestrate drama and watch it play out and you're causing chaos. And I don't know if you believed that you were gonna force the nuclear non-proliferation agreement. Okay, I don't think you believed that you had to have cycled into that. There's no way that's true based on what you were doing in the early years. Okay, so some people probably tested it out by January 6th of 2021. Okay, so right, it's just you definitely have some sort of weird fixation with me. Okay, like like you actually believe that you're like a part of me somehow when you're not. Okay, like you're completely mentally deranged criminals. But like mental insanity is mental insanity, right? Like you're enjoying toying with the population, but you do it to me too. And then you think that I have something to do with you when I don't. But just I'm explaining to you my point of view about you. Okay, so there's no stopping it now. It's not going to matter anything I say. It's almighty. I can't break the God sent illusion. And it's obviously already ongoing. But I would say that your chemical makeup in your binder in your psyche is out there. I mean, I guess I can understand an animal that deranged because whatever relationship you have with your mother, your sister, or your daughter, or your wife, it's probably similar to that. And then you still believe that those beings are a part of you because you're completely mentally insane. Right? You think that I'm along with you enjoying you fucking with your population and terrorizing them when I'm not. And then you try to fucking terrorize with me too. And that but then you think we have a relationship with each other when you're completely deranged. So there's a lot of weird thoughts and stuff in your head that clearly God put there so that you would self-terminate. Honestly, I think the thing in the last 3 months at least is every you become afraid, and that's what's causing these things where you try to divert to weird news again and make up excuses to shut off my Facebook and my YouTube channel and stuff like that. All of it, the weird news stories, you pop up Florida story. Like, you're clearly telling these people to do this stuff. I don't know. They've got to have dementia that they're still listening to you. That you're making them believe it has a meaning like it's a military theater and it's a military operation because they don't know what else to do. They're just listening to you people because they follow your commands. Right, just even having these stories about Florida and stuff, like, it's a weird thing, like primates at the fig tree, but instead of just looking at each other, they go, "Okay, a story about Florida," and then they all do a story about Florida, and you go, "You realize that they're using that to torment Mary with, right?" Just so you know, that's why they're doing it, okay? I don't know if you wanna be doing that. It doesn't have a meaning. There's no, like, secret thing that's going on, and then everyone goes, "Florida," and gets a piece of watermelon. They're using that to just try to emotionally bother me because they're deranged. It's part of dementia. So, anyways, right, the stuff about, and they can never just talk to you like regular either. It's, like, weird to deal with primates. They can never just talk in a regular thing. It's fucking weird. You can never just tell the public anything that's going on. Okay, it's vitally important for you as a people to remain calm, okay? Because like they told you where they're dropping food to people because they're like animals out there, it's for no reason. It's for no reason that there's no natural disaster going on. There's no lack of food. Like, literally, people just show up and trash a city like you saw in LA, and then nobody has fucking food. So it's vitally important that you don't do anything like that. That's what I was telling that dude that was bothering me at the food pantry. It's vitally important that everyone ignore people like that. They will literally try to cause a fucking fight, like a fist fight at a fucking town's food pantry. And then none of us have any fucking food because they're mentally insane. They're mentally deranged. It's vitally important to ignore it. Okay? It's like a fucked up mania. Like we're all gonna do helter skelter, and then what happens? Nothing. So I have no idea if people showed up in New York or it's just New York and they won't stop piling people into places because they're fucked in the head. And I don't know if these people destroyed their fucking city and now they're being bussed here. And they're just laying the fuck around all over the place, apparently. Or that's not even true. I'm not going out there to find out. No. Someone else's can fucking do that and find out if it's even true that they're back laying around at Logan Airport. and who the fuck these people are and why the fuck they won't stop busing them here. I swear to God, you just go, then that makes you talk to them. That makes you talk to them. Who the fuck are these people? Why do you keep fucking busing them to Massachusetts? That's a conversation as we wait for them to finally fucking die. There's not a grocery store where that bus came from. Why are they coming here? The whole land piece is being fucking nuked. They don't have to be here to be nuked. Okay, like you're being told I'm waiting for 100,000 people to fucking die, and then you're busing more fucking people here to lie at an airport because you're completely fucking deranged. Oh yeah, that they're completely fucking deranged. They would want that shit going on like they tell you on a fucking TV. That's what they're trying to have happen. They don't fucking live here. You need to think about how sick these fucking people are. I told you the shit they're saying to me in this fucking box that they run. They are not sane fucking beings. For all I have no idea. I don't talk to them because I'm not talking to people that are laying on the ground at fucking Logan Airport. Someone else's job to do that. To go find out who they are, where they came from, did they come here willingly? Or were they told they had to get on that bus and be shipped here to lay at a fucking airport? Because everybody in Massachusetts but fucking Mary LaGore was put in housing. And I'm not even laying on the fucking ground. So where are these people coming from? And that's a conversation. Because otherwise, they're not going to stop doing fucked up shit till you talk to them. Anybody that has one of these people in their house that's fucking 89 knows exactly what I'm talking about. You will ask them a fucking question and they will go to a podium and pretend there's a fucking reason for it, other than you will fucking talk to them. That's all their lives are. Why are you laying on the floor in the fucking hallway? That's a conversation. I don't see any reason why they're shipping people here. Nope. We're being told they're nuking people all over a fucking land piece. Why would people need to be fucking shipped here to die? Just to annoy the fuck out of people? You don't think they'd force me on a fucking bus to another fucking city to bother people? Of course they would. After evicting me to the fucking street, the next thing is they put you on a fucking bus and force you to go lay in someone's airport. And then everyone in that city's fucking pissed at you. Who the fuck knows, man? I have no idea. Not my problem to find out. I'm not there yelling at them and telling them to get out of the fucking airport. Right, but that's the police job to find out who the fuck these people are. Just have the police find out if they have a photo ID and shit. Because there's a lot of sick people that do that shit too. That's why I knew it when they showing that shit on Fox News. Those people are fucking fucked in the head Nazis at Fox News. But it's all the same people, but that's their character where they're fucked up Nazis. And it's all the same people running your entire media. But they vacillate into different fucking characters. Fox News is fucked up military Nazis. CNN is fucked up fucking liberals. Get it? It's just a bunch of fucking nonsense, like a character they play. And now we're going to ship migrants here. Ship migrants. They probably just foreclosed those fucking people. They're probably from fucking Texas. Like Texas residents. They probably just foreclosed all their fucking houses. They probably won't let them in a shelter and they put them on a fucking bus. Remember when they said that that dude in fucking Florida was doing that? They keep sending them here so I won't get housing. I mean, that makes perfect fucking sense to me. And then that's a big funny thing about why there's no fucking housing for me. It means that you don't house me and you and your children are all gonna fucking die. Not that's a fun game you're doing. But I understand that you're mentally retarded and you have dementia. And so your remaining brain matter has to figure out a fucking reality for just insane thoughts and urges. Like that makes sense. That's going to be your entire fucking life for 13 years so far. Not you're in a mass extinction. You're doing a fun game where you terrorize a private U.S. fucking citizen, an innocent fucking homemaker who had 6 minors in a house and was just a fucking homemaker, mind my own business. That's going to be a fun game as your brains die in your fucking head. That's why you amassed that much fucking power and wealth to do this. Okay? Keep telling yourself that. But you're not having a fucking conversation with me. That failed. I ate like a whole bunch of that chocolate soy butter and then just fucking crashed. Oh, I can see that the dough just exploded in the last like fucking 20 minutes and it's in the plastic bag so it's not expanding like it would be. What time is it? 9 o'clock already. Oh my god. The last 2 hours just fucking flew by. I swear to God, I woke up, I was kind of like uh not exactly awake. I turned the light on, it was like 7 p.m. Now it's fucking 9 o'clock. I'll probably take a walk tomorrow. And then I'm not really having that much of a problem, and I don't think they set off something happened with the fucking missile. I don't know if they're all pussy ass in the dick or something. Who the fuck knows? Who cares? It's all gonna be released at some point. Just 67, 62. They don't know what the fuck they're doing as their brains die in their head. But anyways, what are you gonna not? Now you're gonna not fire off the rest of the missiles because I said you were. I know you just go. It's just God. Whatever. Is that what's gonna cause you to stop fucking doing it? I can't see why you would ever stop fucking doing it. Why? What are you gonna do with those missiles? I don't think. I know you go. I thought you were gonna kill everybody, and that's your secret fucking plot plan. Why would you change killing everybody now? Jesus Christ. Just the evolution of people that are fucking grossly insane. The evolution of it. It's difficult for me to ever feel bad for people. I mean, really? Why did you do this free Amir business and then still not return my fucking children to me? Like, what were the thoughts in your fucking heads at that point? Like, you had Greta Van Susteren and shit interviewing you fucking things. That's why I was wondering if that's why she fucking quit. She realized she was fucking damned. Just, all right, so all you're doing, like, are you doing a theater show? You're doing characters? Okay. And then you go to Michigan. You go to, was it Lansing, Michigan? Okay. Flint, Michigan. You go to Flint, Michigan. And then what does that mean? Is that a secret indicator about the dirty water, but you don't say anything about the dirty water? And then you still leave that fucking woman in a house in Dedham, Massachusetts. And then had they already murdered my 6 children at that point? Okay. That was like 2014. And then they cry because they thought that meant you were going to free their mother. And you have her communication shut off and you're viewing her and you're viewing them. Okay. I think obviously God's forcing you to fucking kill your entire family and then yourself. Does it seem like something else is going on? Like that Andrew Tamarisi and his mother. They're not gonna kill their entire family and then die, or kill themselves and die. What were they doing? I don't even believe he was ever actually in a prison in Mexico. I stated that. Was that a character that you guys were playing? Remember that? And then they flew on an airplane and he's got a puppy dog and shit. Remember that? Oh, yeah. These people are fucking ratchet insane, man. That's your military. He was in the military. Wasn't that a Mia person in the military too? Okay. I wasn't aware that that's all your military did, especially after meeting some of them. I didn't realize that that's all they did was terrorize a fucking homemaker and 6 minors for fun. And then what do they do then? They just take their military benefits and travel around and shit? Do they get a cabin? Are they survivalists? Like, why didn't he just stay in a Mexican prison and then he could live stream from there like I do from here? Why would he need to go back to his wife and his mother and shit? Why would I still be doing this and whatever the fuck you did with 6 minors, murdered them? Why would that go on? Well, like, while you're doing that, why would you still be doing why would that be necessary to happen, but not necessary to happen with you while you're doing your characters? Yeah, I mean, obviously, because 'cause you're dangerous to the human race, so God has to had to trick you into killing yourselves, and you're doing it in a, like, wicked orderly fashion, so it's not really causing planet upheaval. You've had some little spurts and stuff, but, I mean, where I am, we haven't had upheaval at all where I am, at all. It's just on a television, so I don't know if that's actually going on anywhere, given the fact that they make up things. I don't even know if I've never seen it myself, so I feel they make it up. I told you. When they kept saying there was people in Boston protesting, except for the tree lighting. At the tree lighting, I did see people there chanting stuff, and I was like, "You need to shut the fuck up. I'm at a thing. There's gonna be Christmas carols and shit. Why am I listening to people yelling about fucking Palestinians in Gaza? They've gotta be mentally ill. They have complete dementia." Like, there was a dude out in Quincy just screaming at me and that Brian dude. They can't talk in a regular voice, so I don't know if that's what it is. Yeah, other than that, every time I went to Boston Common, there was nobody there. There wasn't even a lot of, like, people walking around, and then it would be like every other day, there's a TV that there's thousands of people yelling into a fucking sky. You ever see me yelling into a sky? There you go. I don't know how you have more stress in your fucking life than I do. There's something going on there with they're probably drug addicts. Yeah, you just go, there is something going on there. They can't walk far or something. You people have not had happen to your life what I have had. I watch the same televisions, So, do you have a daughter named Veronica that was literally fucking kidnapped and murdered right in the United States of America as the whole public thinks that's a fun show that's going on? No. Connor, Lamb, Veronica, Trevor, Noah, did it with at least 3 of my children. It's just a horrifying, demented, deranged, sadistic madness. So, yeah, the almighty God creator is forcing you people to kill yourselves. Why would there ever be a meaning to doing that? How could there ever be a meaning to doing that? Mar-a-Lago, baby Veronica, 14 fucking reporters named Veronica, Connor, Liam, uh, Trevor, Noah. There's like 3 of them named Trevor. Why would there ever be a meaning to doing that? You just took a homemaker and 6 innocent fucking minors and just emotionally fucking tormented us. As a nation, as a people, you did it. There's a meaning to that? There's no meaning to that. So, in order to get food and water, it's really vitally important that you things remain calm for the rest of the extinction. So, I noticed there was already a thing about Florida. Yeah, it's just one of those outburst things because it's probably been a couple days since it's done some fucked up sadistic action to me. As a murderously insane animal that I'm waiting for God to kill. From what I can tell, it's gonna commit suicide, right? So I'm just waiting for that, and then that'll be the end of it. That doesn't end this, but at least it's not doing this weird fucking shit in this internet box. They'll still do all kinds of fucked up weird stories on a TV and all of that. The rest, they can't stop doing it. It is like grossly fucking insane. But it has no meaning, no. Everything in life doesn't have a meaning, right? Like some people are just brutally insane, like they're Linda Blair in The Exorcist. Oh yeah, don't forget there's those videos about Jenny Apple. So if you had an interest, because she knew she had lung cancer, but if you listen to her talk and stuff for the longest time, you would never even realize she was sick. So I think it's very helpful, that entire series of videos. So I told you about the person who was at least pretending she's a nurse at that Faulkner hospital that's supposed to be closed, that had that same rash. I'm not sure if they have herpes. Yeah, because it seems weird. I'm not a doctor, but they might have herpes, and because their immune system is gone, they got to walk around with it on their face like that. It is kind of gross, but it is what it is. Right? I'm sure they could get makeup and put on it or something, or a face mask. Um, yeah, like I don't know if it's just a presentation when you have lung cancer. I guess if I got something like that, then I'd be able to tell you because I don't have herpes. So, yeah, when you don't have an immune system, it looked almost like Wicked Bad Chaff's skin, didn't it? Yeah, so I don't know. She had it too. She was talking about the weird rash. It's in the videos. The when I brought that dude to that hospital, someone had that. So she's probably dead by now. Yeah, because that was over the summer. Right, it's now March now. That was what, June? It's almost a year. So she's probably dead already. Let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. That was no, so hold. I know you just go, whoa. June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. That was 9 months ago. She's probably dead. And that's her interaction with me. And then apparently she probably thought her sins were fucking forgiven her or something. I don't think so, since the dude was allowed to just take off from a hospital and then some vicious animal pretended she didn't know anything about it because they can't stop doing it. They'll never be able to stop treating me like that. That's why they go poof. If they could ever stop doing it, then God wouldn't have it keep showing them that they can't stop doing it. It's over and over and over again until I would assume finally they go ploop. You have to either stop focusing on me and go over there and do something else, completely ignore me, or go like this. It's pointless. Pointless. Facebook, YouTube, another Twitter account, shutting off our food card, doing this, doing that. It's like pointless. You have to just go into an acceptance. There's absolutely nothing you can do to fix what you did, basically, to my life at this point. So you have no choice but to keep trying to move forward and act like somebody else is going to fix something. I know you go, it's God explaining to each one of you that you're going to die. Not you just keep moving forward and life goes on and all that stuff. You just go, this is not the year 2000. This is not a normal thing. Okay, folks? Right. It's just reckless and fucking odd. You keep moving along and drop the fuck off. For real. We just keep moving along and then eventually something. Yeah, eventually you die, finally. That's what eventually something. Good point, Almighty God. Right, because anybody that's my species would immediately give me a fucking house. They'd immediately give me a housing key when that's available to be. Right, you just go, here you go, here's this. Remember how they said Walmart was going to give everybody but Mary Gladys a $500 gift card? I know you go, well, thank you. Just waiting for you to die. Something goes into the machinery where it's like a group delusion thing. Oh, yeah, just gross. I'm glad I don't have to interact with a lot of people, man. Just really glad I don't have to interact with a lot of people. It's like difficult. Usually, like the words and phrases are all insane. That's why. If you were wondering my point of view, and I just go, it's not necessarily that everybody is saying wicked, gross shit like that guy in the corner and thinking they're talking words. It's just that it's all sounds insane. So, I got to make a decision about that dough. Well, I can just put it back in the refrigerator for the day. Actually, one time I just left it out all night like that, and it was fine because it's in the plastic too. But the only thing is, I wasn't really planning on going another day. But why stuff yourself full of dough when you're not even? Yeah, it's this late at night because I should always know when I eat a big meal that early in the day that I'm not going to eat a second meal. But it's possible, I guess, and I might get up and I already had chocolate soy butter, so it's not like I can cook it and eat it with that like I did the other thing. I'm like, I feel like I could go back to sleep again too, so I'm thinking I'm not gonna eat that today. I gotta bring that other bread downstairs because so they can eat it before that starts to go bad. I think it's some kind of raisin walnut challah or something. It feels soft. It's probably good. It's probably luted with like butter and stuff. So, remember they used to have cheesecakes all the time? They never have anything like that anymore. I don't know if it's their donor. And it's like this, what's the chances it would still be there by the time I got there? I don't shop till 10 o'clock. The thing opens at 8. Yeah, you probably have these humongous fat cows that show up there every morning and take all that shit. They used to have huge cheesecakes and stuff. And remember, it would be lucky if I ended up with a piece of it. Oh yeah, just people are just so fucking gross, man. But that's why, in order for things to stay orderly, they you this is how you know that they're trying to make something like that. Like they're showing you a situation in Gaza and they want it to happen because they're so fucking sick. So you really have to watch out for it. It's like they're being forced to tell you their sick fucking fantasies. Like there's a dude that I met at the shelter who has a fantasy that people are forced to cannibalize. So you really got to be careful when you're watching these TVs and things, and they're like fantasizing about people running around the street starving to death because they want it to happen. God's forcing them to explain it to you so that if they start doing fucked up shit on that TV, you go, this is them trying to fucking cause, they're trying to cause that to happen. Like they're watching fucking Night of the Living Dead in real life. People like that Brian dude don't even care if they have food. And those are the type of people that would do it. They'd show up and cause problems and have your food shut off when they don't even fucking eat. All they do is smoke drugs. But they want fun and excitement in their fucking lives. I don't want that. I want food in my fucking mouth. I don't want fun and excitement in my lives. I don't smoke meth. I don't smoke fucking crack cocaine. Yeah, no shit, Charles Manson. I don't want anything to do with that fucking stimulant shit because he knew it. People don't fucking change. The lifestyle he was living, I'm sure he met fucked up people like that and went, the fuck away from that. I don't want anything to do with that. Nothing to do with that at all. Yeah, just other drug users go, "That I don't want anything to do with that." That dude doesn't even fucking eat. I watched him go 2 days without eating, and he'd be the first person to cause a fucking problem at a grocery store. Oh, yeah. A whole legion of those fucking things running around like they have a fucking tail. They're gonna eat other fucking people. They don't have any brain matter left. It's literally like a fucking monkey. That's what Charles Manson was telling you too. Fucking nothing to do with those people on the fucking stimulants. See how easy it was to have these people go. I still sort of really, I don't really believe that there's evidence that he told them to do that. I just don't. It almost seems like he's a fucking storyteller or something. And then he was telling a bunch of stories and stuff, and then that chick was clearly fucking depersonalized into that Tate bitch, and then they went there and fucking killed them all. And then I don't know, maybe they thought he was actually fucking doing it. Did they say that he told them to fucking do it? Or he explained to them his thoughts and ideas about how people start wars and shit, and then they fucking did it. Oh, yeah. And then because of the way that the guy looked and shit, he didn't care. He wanted to live in fucking prison anyway. But it really does seem like they put a guy in fucking prison for 85 fucking years when he didn't even do nothing. Put him in, if he murdered that one dude, then you put him on trial for that murder. He goes to jail for like 7 fucking years. It's just, They concocted this entire fucking thing to put some dude that looked like he was half hot in a fucking prison for 85 years. And then they put that chick in a trailer and started raping her. You just go, oh my God. Fucking talk to me like you're anything but a fucking animal. Please. I avoid you fucking things. I'm a lawyer and I'm in this. Fuck away from me. Anyways. Just completely fucking make up shit to put people in fucking prison. Just like this. You couldn't concoct a fucking thing, so you did this. Okay, well, now God's killing you all. You did it to the wrong fucking bitch. I'm not any fucking person you've ever done this before in your entire fucking life, even though you thought it. And then even after 2 5-star printed the nail, it seems like you still fucking think it because the skies didn't open up and fucking lightning bolt kill you that second. No shit, because you're killing off your whole fucking species. Some of them probably go, why didn't a lightning bolt come out at 2 5-star and kill me? Because God's using you to kill your entire fucking species off. That's why. Mystery fucking solved. Why would God let me do it? Because you're killing your whole fucking species. That's why. That's why God would let you do it. So all this is the whole fucking 13 years. Clearly you didn't have to do it. But it was done in such a way that everybody is fucking calm about you killing them. Had they known 2011, because you already fucking did it in 2011 and called it a fucking nuclear accident. That is exactly what you did. The whole fucking planet would have been in an upheaval panic as you're in some sort of fucking spaceship somewhere in a safe zone watching it on a fucking satellite for your jollies. God prevented you from being able to do that. It's a big fucking boring thing now. Big fucking boring thing. So you're going to have to watch this. You're going to have to watch your other fucking hostages. Apparently, you got some people that are probably need a fucking dose. They need a fucking crack pipe in their hand. In New York City, still doing that fucked up shit. I don't even know if they're even fucking police officers. You clearly had celebrity people that are fucking gone in the mind. I saw George Clooney on what was it, the Tonight Show, and his eyes looked like they were gonna pop out of his fucking head. He probably has Graves' disease from the nuclear shit. You have those people pretending that they're doing fucking bouncing on cars and lighting cars on fire and high speed fucking chases in LA and shit. You're so out of your fucking minds. Did you free that woman? Okay, well, you're fucked now because all of her fucking children are dead. So you don't have any fucking choice but to keep chugging along doing this every fucking day as I wait for each one of you to fucking die. That's all that reality is. So I'm not interested in you people doing shit that fucks with people's food supply in any way, shape, or form. I think everyone at this point is just interested in whatever it is they're doing. They're not a hostage, so they're not doing this. Right? But whatever it is they're doing, they want to just keep living their fucking life as they can till the end. Each one of them, whatever it is they're doing, whatever they've gotten to when all this fucking nonsense ended for each person. Each person went through a whole process of just going, this is nothing but a fucking bunch of horseshit. It's just you refuse to allow me to fucking escape it. You absolutely refuse to allow me to fucking escape it, so it is what it is as I wait for you to fucking die. All of it. The SNAP food card, the fucking cash money, even access to an internet, whatever the fuck you do with my telephone. Like I have to be in a fucking hospice bed with each one of you fucking disgusting piles of flesh. And you believe that's my fucking job. Fucking grotesque. Let's all pretend that I don't know what she's talking about. She is so fucking crazy. Just waiting for each one of you to fucking die. I just said something about Camilla Harris this morning, and then you have her go up to a fucking podium and talk nonsense because she has fucking dementia too. And that is a meaning. We don't know it. We don't know what that is. And like a fucking 2-year-old. Nothing to do with you fucking things. It's like that guy at the fucking food pantry. But it's all fucking powerful. So anyway, it's all that's going on. Same shit. Nothing has changed in 13 fucking years. Just a mass extinction. I was just reminding it how it's forgotten everything it was fucking doing a decade ago. So let that fucking sink in. Oh. It would be nice if you people would spend time with your precious fucking families, but 50 degrees. Oh, 47. 49 tomorrow. So let me guess, you're going to say that a children's asthma medicine doesn't exist, and then 14,000 monkeys will do a video tomorrow that they banded together and made a child's fucking asthma medication. And then maybe you'll get Medicaid or private insurance after that. Yeah, see, because here's another one about fucking medicine. It's just trying to cause more problems. I'm sure they have more medicine than could ever be. There's fucking bodies to put into it. Dozens evacuated, 2 arrested in Wellesley after gun drawn over stolen medicine. Uh, Hopefully that's thermonuclear material right there. Hopefully that's radioactive material. It just sounds like an excuse to have a military presence in Wellesley. Like you're not hiding in Wellesley, Massachusetts. You're gonna be fucking killed too. That's not. It's right here in your fucking story. Okay, so you've got people this fucking deranged in Wellesley, right? Because I was approved for housing in Wellesley, by the way, but they wouldn't give me a fucking income. Like in 2016. So that was 8 fucking years ago. And then you're wondering why you have fucking drug addicts there? Deserve everything you fucking get. A man staying overnight at an apartment on Barton Road overnight returned from the store to find he was missing his medicine. That means drugs. They call it their medicine. Right. He means benzos or Suboxone strips. Wellesley police said, I know that's Wellesley. You're letting the dregs of fucking society live in Wellesley, and the Virgin Mother lays on the fucking ground, and you're wondering why you're all dying. Give me a fucking rest. Because that's exciting to put drug addicts in fucking Wellesley. All they want to do is ruin everything. That's why God's fucking killing them. The man then asked the 3 people, 2 men and 1 woman, he had met the night before, one of whom allegedly pulled a gun on him and demanded he leave without the medication. They all do the same fucking shit. They all do the same shit. They're insane fucking losers. They set that up so you have something exciting going on in Wellesley. They are mentally insane. It's probably not even true, you know. They just showed up there and removed 40 to 50 people from their fucking homes in Wellesley. Did they drop them off at Logan Airport? Is that public housing in Wellesley? They clearly have a public housing there because I was approved for it. And then a judge said that I was going to be fucking destitute. And I'm sure that judge is probably dead already. When you're sort of like fucking nasty and you have like one of those inverted, smelly fucking dicks that's like this big, and you have the opportunity to make a female like me just completely fucking destitute with ever having a chance of ever having housing, you do it. As like your that is your fantasy in life to do that. And then you wonder why you're ugly, why God didn't give you a regular dick. That's why. You're not like that because you have a teeny tiny dick. God gave you a teeny tiny dick because that's what you like. You're not allowed to have a regular fucking female and produce children with because you're so fucking deranged. If you were ever wondering, every single one of you that's like that, that's why. It has to do, it's all about genetics. You have to think scientifically and not get so emotionally involved like a fucking woman. You have really bad genetics. You're not anybody's father. And you sure as fuck couldn't parent a female. Your fantasy in life is to do this shit to me. That's why you have a tiny fucking dick. Women all care. When you're going out with someone, you know what size their dick is. Get real. They don't marry men with little tiny dicks. You end up married to someone with a little tiny dick because you get raped in a fucking college dorm. I explained the whole thing to you. Not that's proper courting or a person I would marry by choice. It's called forced fucking breeding. Believe me, these things have done. They all went on. They all went on a fucking campaign because they announced to the whole planet that they have no fucking dick. The friends of Al Gore, they all announced to a planet they have no fucking dick. That's why they went on a fucking campaign against me. Trust me, it's the only thing that makes any fucking sense. When this whole thing started, that's why. It was a whole fucking campaign. They're gonna outlaw Florida alimony. It was like, we have no fucking dick. It was like a whole club of them. The judge that denied my Social Security case, every one of them doing that fucked up shit. They tell the whole planet they have no fucking dick. We're the population, we're the group, we're the community of fucking tiny dick, inverted, smelly fucking tiny dicks. I'm just letting you know because I'm sure you must know after fucking the words come out of my mouth and you go, yeah, that's logically makes sense because that is pretty fucking insane why you would ever be doing that. Obviously, obviously, a female would prefer to have a dude who has a decent sized dick. Is that news to people? Be immediately eliminated from potential husband material if you have a tiny, fucking disgusting dick. That's why they rape females and buy people, and they go on a campaign to destroy your fucking life because of it. Nobody can help them, right? Nobody can help them. That doesn't give you a regular sized dick. So I explained it. You don't have a good dick because you're no one's father. You shouldn't have had children at all. Someone's got to tell them. I don't think so. I think all these dudes that are impregnating all these welfare chicks, they don't have dicks either. Right. Like they'd probably say the same thing. They'd go, that's exactly what happened to me. Like I've met dudes, that are baby daddies and they're fucking homeless because they won't have anything to do with these females. Right. I actually talked to people in real life and they would say the same thing. They'd go, it's like disgusting. They're embarrassed about it, but they don't have anything to do with the females. And then the females go on a fucking campaign against them too. And they need the same fucking conversation. They need the same talk, right? Just look, like it was never gonna happen. It's like embarrassing, and like I have a real dick, so like I would not be with a female like you. That's why we're not together. It's just the truth. They probably go. They probably try to do a pant check when they give out fucking money, just like they're giving those disgusting females medications. They probably do. They do a pant check and go, "How tall are you?" Yeah, no, we don't have any. We don't have any income for you. We have no housing. We don't have any Section 8s for you. It's the same thing as me. They gotta live with their mother or they're living with some disgusting chick. I know all about it. Like that's all that goes on here now. It's so fucking disgusting. And it's just those people are rioting in the street. They're not Brian Buchanan. No, they're not rioting in the fucking street. They want to be able to eat a piece of pizza and a fucking piece of chicken. This is fucking insane. You people need to calm the fuck down. Right? Like we're here to get fucking food. We're not interested in clashing with the fucking police or whatever the fuck it is today. those are people that are high on fucking drugs and don't even care about food. Like they can't be reasoned with. You wouldn't think that there were people that sick, but there are. Right. Obviously, that dude didn't go to Angelina's because he wanted food. He doesn't even care about fucking food. He probably didn't even eat. Yeah, like whatever. If Cindy was listening to this, she knows. He went on a date with another fucking person while he was going out with you. Yeah, and she's fucking gross. Someone else told me about it. He doesn't I don't think he cares about sex. I don't think he cares about fucking food. He's a complete fucking nutter. All he cares about is fucking booze and drugs and causing drama and shit with other people. He would be one of those people that would show up and right and cause a problem for people's fucking food supply. So they can't even be reasoned with these fucking things. Like, if you said something like that to him, he wouldn't even care. That's what I'm saying. He went like, once you sit and think about it, like somebody like Cindy, you go, okay, so yeah, I picked him up in Quincy, right? At like 9 o'clock in the morning. He clearly hadn't eaten anything. So we're at a restaurant that evening and I'm fucking mowing because, I haven't eaten since the night before, so I'm fucking hungry. I don't even think I ate at the no, I didn't eat at the shelter because it was too late at night. I left here about 8 o'clock. So clearly by 5, 6 o'clock at night the next day, I'm fucking starving. He doesn't eat anything at the restaurant. Nothing. He doesn't take a bite of fucking food. Like a complete nutter. I don't, yeah, just he just fucking sat there and refused to eat anything. So I doubt he ate at Angelina's. She probably said, "We'll go here and then go to a fucking bar," and that's the only reason he was in Angelina's. And to embarrass me because he's a fucking nutter. I know you go, "Oh my fucking god." Anyways, Alex eats food. Yeah. You've got to have like a mental health issue like dementia and shit to it's not even about drugs. Alex smoked crack cocaine. So did Jerry. They ate food. I ate food with Jerry. Right. There's something more wrong with that person than just he's a drug addict or an alcoholic. Like there's definitely something more wrong with them. Right. Just that is a person to stay the fuck away from because him and his friends are insane. So even Jeremy, I always say that when I don't know anything about him. He got food and drink. Yeah, that dude has something more wrong with him than just he's on drugs and alcohol. So maybe he might be a person that starts a brawl like that, and then you cook people's bodies and eat it. Just like his name's Mike from the Donna party. He was explaining it to me and Sean at the shelter that he has fantasies about being forced to cannibalize. So there's people like that roaming around. In order to make those fantasies come true, you have to disrupt the fucking food supply. They did it one time. So I don't know. I wouldn't know because I wasn't going to the food pantry at the time, but they could have had problems. Something caused them to go to a different location and they had to come out and hand everybody 2 bags of food. Something caused that to happen. I know I'm worried about me telling a guy to stay away from me when clearly something happened in 2020 that they were forced to do that. They had to be in cars. They couldn't even be around each other. They were probably so volatile. I had no choice because I was walking then. But if something like that ever happened again, I'd be in a car with him. But I was walking there with the cop, but everybody else was in a car lined up waiting. Talk about waiting in a line. I mean, it's probably no different. Um, I did they have appointments then? I don't think they did because I was never told to make an appointment. Yeah, so there was probably you had to get there or you're waiting and all that time. But it's like this. It doesn't matter because you don't even see what's there. Yeah, the bags are already made up and they just hand them to you. So it clearly got that volatile. I just thought of that. Maybe like God's counseling me in case I felt weird about. I didn't do anything weird, by the way. I didn't even raise my voice. I didn't swear, nothing. But he was clearly there to cause a problem, right? He was clearly there, and it was good that everybody ignored him because that discourages people from doing it. Even just hearing about that happening and the fact that no one did anything, it discourages that type of behavior. Um, some of them think they get directives from the television, like at the fig tree. That's a directive. Oh yeah, I look like that. You turn left, I turn right, and then we attack for no fucking reason. Just everybody really needs to try to chill the fuck out, man. There's no reason for any of it. You need some of you, if you don't have a SNAP food card, you need to walk through a grocery store once a week and remind yourself that there's insane people doing that to you for no fucking reason. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. Right? There's nothing anybody can do about it. And they're doing it on fucking purpose. The stores are full of food. Storming stores and shit doesn't help. Remember they did that? That's why they do it. What the fuck's that gonna do? And then they have an excuse to close a fucking grocery store, just like a hospital. Really, don't do it. Yeah, just it's not my business if people go in and quote unquote steal food. They know I don't do it. There's probably millions of people that haven't paid for food in fucking 3 years and just think that I'm a retard, just like the laundry. Okay. I'm not a retard. It's called do not steal, not I'm a retard. So, anyway, God is forcing you guys to self terminate. I think most people understand that none of this has any meaning, and there's literally no one doing anything to solve any of the world's problems because they're profoundly insane. They all have brain disease, and they're never going to give up their power and control. And they believe they've concocted a reason to kill us all. So you just have to have faith in God, right? I don't even know if they really caused chaos on purpose. I think they have dementia, and God made them do it because the 8 billion people is too many people. You can't have 8 billion people on this planet, and they won't stop breeding. So you can't really be afraid of it. You just have to have a faith in God. Everybody's going to die eventually anyway. And just let God worry about it because He's clearly making them do it. It's so insane. It's clearly God making them do it. There was all sorts of ways to solve your world's problems. I was doing that shit for 13 fucking years, and all they do is cut themselves off at the fucking foot by what they're doing to me. Because all they wanted to do was kill people. That's all they wanted to do. They didn't want to solve any world fucking problems. Like they've got it in their heads that they don't want to cycle back here. And that's the whole planet's fucking problem. So it is what it is. Just like that guy named David explained it to you from the Patriot. There was a couple of them live streaming, in the summer of 2022, and they explained it. When the people with the nuclear material are explaining it to you, they're killing everybody because they don't want to cycle back here. They're going to force God to transition them into another form of life. They're going to kill everybody here so that they can't rebirth. He said he doesn't want to do this again. He doesn't want to come back here again. That's what he said. Oh, yeah, he lived his life and he doesn't want it because that's God preparing them because they're not doing it again. So, like, it's a good thing he doesn't want to do it again. It makes sense. Everybody is like created to whatever. That's how God works. But these people that like believe that they're in charge of everybody's fucking life. They're gonna determine that I don't have children, I don't have a house, I'm doing this, I'm not doing that. They can't stop me from rebirthing. They can stop themselves from rebirthing, but they can't stop me from rebirthing. They're not going to extinct me. They're not going to extinct squirrels. They're not going to extinct snails. They're just extincting themselves. The people that are pouring out the nuclear material, I know you just go, I'm glad that they're doing it. Some of them, I don't like the thoughts and stuff in their head, but whatever. They're still doing me a favor. Some of them, whether they like it or not. Probably. Probably. Some of them, I would it wouldn't surprise me if they were my species, but I don't know that for a fact. But it wouldn't surprise me if they were. Right? They just bloop, or they drive the shit around because they're gonna make sure that you people all die. Like it's a compassionate thing. It's not really actually almost like a murder. It's just you guys are already dying anyway from the brain plague, right? And it's just obvious, like you're rolling towards disaster, right? Because there's no one behind that fucking curtain, and then you just have a whole population of deranged people that won't stop trying to run everything. Like they're literally stopping anybody from doing anything that would actually make any sense. Oh yeah, just a complete like locked in dominant stance of that's profoundly insane. So there's nothing to fight. You wouldn't even know who to fight. That's what I'm telling you. Right? Just so no. It may sound like a madness. Like, shouldn't we do that? They already did all that in another city, and you don't want to live there. That's what I'm telling you. I think they destroyed several cities and then fucking moved here because this place is still intact, just like I told you. It's not me. If it was wrong, then it would have been me, but it's God. This is the phase out area. They weren't allowed to do that here. And now you have these people that are going to fucking pile in here, but at least they can explain it to you. They'll go to Boston Common and ask those people what the fuck they're doing and make sure that they're not planning on doing fucked up shit, and they will explain it to them. Just because they're not on a camera doesn't mean they're not doing that. It's part of Almighty. They go, we just came from, yeah, man, you don't want to be doing that here. I don't want to get into it with you. Like, yeah, have you been? Because, like, I went the second I told them I went to Washington, D.C., it's just like that. Anybody that's been to these other cities will tell the people here they need to fucking stop it. Those people in New York City and here, they'll go, look, you need to stop doing that. We just had to move here from fucking Baltimore, Maryland, or whatever the places are in fucking Missouri. Definitely Missouri, because that was one of the ones where they burnt the auto zone and shit. They're fucking insane. And they realized it does nothing. Oh, yeah. When you have people on camera screaming at the fucking sky for Father God to help them, you don't want to repeat what they did there. Right. So every time you forget, it was on the television. They were screaming in the streets. Everything was fucking shut down because they destroyed their city. And then they're screaming in the streets for Father God to help them. I'm not interested in having that here. Okay. Just all that Father God could do for them is drop thermonuclear weapons on them to kill them. That's all Father God can do for them. I don't know if Father God is rolling food and water into there or what that is. But Father God went in there and turned their electricity back on and taped their storefronts back up for them. Just like after Hurricane Katrina, when they did the same fucking thing and then probably screamed at the air for Father God, and then they were shipped up here. Did everybody remember that? They had to ship these fucking things into New Hampshire and Massachusetts, and they all got money on a card when they trashed their own fucking city. So you really don't want to be part of anything they're doing with their signs and the Black Lives Matter, and now it's fucking Palestine. Anything they can think of. They're storming out, they're clashing with fucking police. They're closing a fucking road for no reason. They're smashing into the fucking one grocery store in downtown Boston. Why? They did that shit in the Ukraine and then they just fucking bombed the shit out of them with TNT bombs. Remember all that? They did all that shit over there, smashed their fucking buildings because they probably shut their fucking food cards off. And then it's just piles of fucking bodies in dust. You people have to kill us with lung cancer. Yeah. Enough with the food cards and the trying to get us to smash buildings for your fucking enjoyment. You have to kill us with lung cancer and then you can smash buildings. Yeah, like whatever they're doing with this stuff, yeah, I would just stay out of it. Right? That clearly means something to them. They just play the games that they play, and it doesn't necessarily mean those people are bad, but it, honestly, the people that they're dealing with in the apartment complex are probably all other species, and they like that shit. Yeah, they just fucked up like that Brian Buchanan dude. That's got nothing to do with me. Fuck, I care. I'm out of that shit. I'm not in a fucking hotel in Dorchester subject to it. Because clearly the people in that hotel, like Alyssa, they like that shit. It's all community fucking nonsense because they're animals. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's primate behaviors at the root of it. That's why it doesn't bother them. And then you'd have to ask them what's going on in their brain matter, what just happened. She seemed to think it was like fantastic, and then she's got to go to the doctor. She might have inhaled smoke, and then she's over at the other hotel and she's getting her testosterone prescription and stuff. That's why they gave her a Section 8, because she's just like them. She's part of their community. Like, they recognize that you're a fucking monkey, and that's why they give you housing. After calling for a metro Metrolix squat, Metrolix SWAT, it must mean something to them. Yeah. What do I care? Right. I honestly, I don't care. That's what I'm telling you. Stuff like that, I don't care. They're keeping the peace, whatever the fuck. Yeah, just it, police that are partaking in stuff with people that are fucking monkeys, they like all that stuff. It's probably a public housing apartment complex. They don't put anybody in housing but another fucking monkey. It's been going on 15 years now. How are people even living there? They're monkeys. So, yeah, just the things that you need to worry about with your monkey population is making up reasons to disrupt your fucking food supply. I don't think anyone cares about fucking with hospitals that have to be shut down because these people have no fucking brain matter and they're romping around in fucking scrubs and shit. Just that's why I said when the public understands that how sick these things are, not to go to these fucking medical facilities, right? You just go. There's so many of them that they just print themselves fucking money and shit now, right? So, but uh, they're not gonna be alive. They're all gonna get lung cancer and die. I guess I'm probably not gonna cook that dough right now. 10 o'clock. I'm just not really feeling hungry. Worry about that shit tomorrow. I don't know. I suppose I should probably put it in the refrigerator because just in case I don't want something to spoil. I'll have to eat it tomorrow. So I guess I'm going one more day. I'm going 4 days this week. I don't think I went 4 days this week, this month. I don't think I went 4 days last month. I think I went like maybe it was 4 days. I know it was a few days. I went like nuts with the dose. Yeah, I definitely my stomach cannot handle eating more food right now. I just cannot do it. Uh, I guess I'm not having any of this chow thing. I'm just gonna bring it downstairs. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
All right. So I decided I wasn't going to have any of that bread, even though it looked like it was probably good. So I put it downstairs, put the dough in the fridge, put those tortillas I was eating back in the fridge. That's what happens when you take a nap. I don't know. I might not even take a walk tomorrow. We'll see. I got my soda and my water, so depends on my mood. If I take a walk, I'll probably walk out to Dedham, and I'll have to eat the dough. I don't have a choice now because I decided to take it out this morning, which was probably a mistake, but it's not going to kill me. And then I'll be out of dough. I probably won't have another dough again, maybe the rest of my life this time, because it's like $10 to buy one of those things. And just an insanity so great that Almighty God has to kill 8 billion people. But I mean, on this land piece, it's 320 million people have to die. They have to lose their lives when there's grocery stores full of food. So it's just, that's all you're probably going to hear about eventually. It gets that bad. That's like literally all they're going to talk about probably eventually is just fucking food for no reason. I've witnessed it. It comes down to that. If that's the only thing they can fucking bother me about, that's all you're gonna fucking hear about. They've made a couple of attempts of talking about fucking Florida, so it'll get to that point where that's all that's gonna come out of their demented fucking head is food stuff. So if you view this and you watch their news and you wonder what the fuck's going on and why it seems like they'll be talking about something and then they act like that never happened and they're talking about another thing, that's why. That's all they do in their life. It's been going on for 13 years. So if you were paying attention to me online, but I mean, in people's defense, they did do a lot of blocking. If you were paying attention to anything I was doing on Facebook or Twitter, it really is that. It sounds insane and grandiose until you pay attention to it and go, what the fuck is this? They have complete dementia. Um, at the beginning, honestly, it seemed to me like they were going to listen to the prophet sent and they were going to sequestration and they were going to try to save themselves. And then, from what I can tell, at some point in time, I don't know if it was their military. Right, the military has always controlled your country, but you probably don't remember this when Barack Obama was still president. He came walking out. There was like a whole camera crew, and he came walking out with Leon Panetta and all the chiefs of staff and shit. Like they were indicating that they completely took over your country. They've always run your country. And then it's been downhill ever since. It truly has. You go, okay, so supposedly you had something happen in the state of Florida. Anybody that's sane still. You had something happen in the state of Florida in November of 2011. Someone reported this woman to DCF, and clearly none of it was legal. Okay. And then did you obviously led the news media to believe that had a purpose. Yes, you did. In case they forgot, in case Sean Hannity forgot. Okay. You led the news media to believe that had a purpose. And they started talking about World War III, like they went over all the shit that was in the DCF report. And not just specifically talk about Mary LaGore like you do every other fucking person when it's a news story. You don't have people on a television ever where you're using a pseudo fucking name called Mar-a-Lago. You don't do that. So you made your news media believe they were supposed to be doing that because you're fucking deranged. You're mentally ill. You're mentally insane, people. Okay. Because you didn't want to end things or something. Something happened to you people where you lost your fucking brain matter. Okay? Obviously, obviously, and it's so out of control, and you can't stop it. So you're being fucking killed with your own by your own people because you're so fucking insane. Just all of it. All of it was not when Hillary Clinton has to keep her server clean, just to wipe her server clean. I know, Hillary Clinton emails, like, you clearly told these fucking people that they were supposed to be doing that and it served a purpose of some kind when it was always fucking insane. That's what I'm saying. Clearly, you thought that you were going to use me to save yourselves, but then you prevented the public from even fucking listening to me by what you were doing. So God has to kill you all. You're nothing but deranged, insane fucking animals. Point blank. Get it? I do. But you're so insane, you went into an art and to kill yourselves because you took my fucking children and then you actually tried to display me at first to the fucking public because you thought that they would somehow pay attention to me or something, which they would have. I'm the virgin fucking mother. But then you yourself started shutting me off. You shut off all my fucking communications, and then God put you in an art to fucking kill yourselves. That's all that's going on. Sometimes it becomes interesting to me, like, okay, so what are you doing there? What is it you think you're doing? Are you being sadistically insane? Why are you back to go in Florida and perverted shit in this fucking internet box you have me in? You can never stop doing it. You're being forced to kill yourselves off. Just a reminder again that I knew people that were active military at the time when DCF did that. Okay? Of course, you go right to a fucking military and explain to them. Someone just fucking charged, someone told DCF that I'm crazy, apparently. And these are the charges. I said God, I said World War III, I said I was psychic, I went on a walkabout in another part of the country, and I said the end of the world was coming. Okay. And so what you people did apparently is you believed that was a way to do what? Kill yourselves? I guess that was a way to kill yourselves. I don't know why you didn't just kill yourselves before then. Why didn't you just take your firearms and kill yourselves? You went, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kill my own fucking family and bury them in the ground and then kill myself. Okay. 13 years of it. Because you thought you were going to save yourselves. And you were told the one thing to do, and it's way too late now. You're being forced to terminate. It's just God explaining to you the Passover. Clearly, you can somewhat read a Bible, and then all the shit you had in your fucking brain matter and stuff, you just go, you're completely fucking insane. It's a wonderment. Fucking wonderment. The whole fucking planet, just complete fucking wonderment. Emmanuel Macron, fucking King Solomon. You clearly were trying to get people to stop burning fuel. That's clearly what you're doing. And because you wouldn't stop fucking holding me hostage and holding my fucking children hostage, you're being forced to kill yourselves. That's all that's going on. That is all that's going on. And now it's far too late. It's already been 13 years. And from what I can tell, you murdered my fucking children. They're not even alive anymore. And you know it. So clearly, since at least 2020, they've been dead. And you went extra fucking insane. I'm sure murdering my fucking children had a purpose too. You went way off the charts fucking insane in 2020. The whole planet saw it. And that's when you started doing this. I'm just watching you people fucking implode. That's all. I can't help you. I'm tired of feeling bad for you, and I cannot help you. There's nothing I can do to help you whatsoever. Just, I think the people have it handled as far as the food supply. They know that if they flip out, they're not going to have food and water. So everything else is fucking pointless. Just every time there's any type of thing where there's a peaceful and there's coordination, it's the same fucking horseshit. It's got to be the same people. I mean, really, folks? You don't have people just hijack your fucking news media and shove their dicks in my face. It's just over and over and over again. And you can't kill these fucking people. I can't help you. You're killing your fucking children, but you can't kill people that hold me in a fucking box. I can't help you. Cannot help you. I'm just watching you bury your own fucking children. That's all. You bury your children, your grandchildren, and fucking die. There's nothing I can do. But there's nothing you can do either but to maintain peace and calm so you can have food while you're all dying. Just like me. That's all I care about. I take a walk. My life is the same. My life's been the same for 13 fucking years. Where I'm being literally fucking attacked by a population of deranged fucking animals. That's all that's going on in my life. Okay? It started at least by the fall of 2011 when you showed up there with the fucking DCF charge against me, and it hasn't fucking stopped. You're profoundly insane fucking animals, nothing else. Someone might want to extra explain it to the two animals in the past week that fucking attacked me that don't think they're animals. How the fuck you explain that you're doing that to the same fucking woman that this shit's been going on with for 13 fucking years, but you're not a deranged fucking animal? Of course you are. It's the World Wide Web. So some people don't like to know the truth about themselves, and then rather than just fucking going away and avoiding me, they make it worse. So that's it. I mean, honestly, you've even got this fucking creature now on the new channel. That was today's thing. Now Joe Smith is a fucking subscriber. Every fucking day, just about. Just 100% fucking fixated, obsessed animals. That God is killing fucking 320 million people because they're never going to be able to figure out how to make it stop. So eventually it will die and it won't be able to keep doing that. It's a deranged animal. It's sort of like it can't put a fucking penis in my face, so that's why it's doing it. It's the same thing as Florida. Florida, Joe Smith, eyeglasses. It's the same, all the same thing, like putting a piece of shit in your face. So, like I said, eventually it will die and it will stop doing that. So, anyway, the thing about Camilla Harris today is part of the Antichrist. I explained it already. Right? It's the same behaviors and it's just the Antichrist. Every time I say something and they prove me wrong, Antichrist. Their fucking brains are dying. Their brains are unraveling in their skull. It's a profound insanity. You never see Camilla Harris anymore. And I said it at the time. Cut to, they'll put fucking Camilla Harris up there and say she just said it when she could have said it 10 fucking years ago. And then, boom, there it is. So, anyways, we'll see. Since the other thing is pretending that weekends are different than the fucking weekdays. I don't know how you still have fucking weekends. People are in Gaza running around like they're in Night of the Living fucking Dead because that's fun and they're scraping food out of a fucking pan. But you have weekends. Okay. It's probably not real, people. It's probably made up. Yeah. So anyway, um, just like anything else, in 2022 it was Ukraine where they were talking about. Now they've made up some fucking insanity about Gaza. It's like dementia where all they ever do is make up news and they're obsessed with me and then they make up news that has nothing to do with anything that came out of my fucking mouth. It's like chopped up dementia, as you can see. Ceasefire, Gaza. Fuck does that even mean? Hostages. Just like baby Veronica. What the fuck did that ever mean? Nothing. So finally, at least by 2022, it got to the point where someone is being forced to use thermonuclear weapons because it's so fucking bad and sad. People in this fucking thing, it just, I can't even explain to you how fucking sick they are. Right? Just, they're clearly some sort of community members, right? But like I said, they have to be in the military. There's no way that people are doing that the military wouldn't be able to put a stop to it. So I can't care how fucking sick they are. They've clearly initiated the thermonuclear non-proliferation agreement. And that's all I fucking care about, to be honest with you. Just me emotionally, like, it, it's not really about. It's not even really about the future, but I'm still alive right now, and I have a functioning brain, whereas most people don't. And it's just being held hostage by people that mentally insane that will not stop keeping you hostage. It wears and tears on your fucking mind. So there's no way I can possibly help any of you because you don't do anything that you're told to do. So there's nothing I'm doing but just waiting for you to fucking die finally. And trying to stay out of your way and making sure I have food and water in my mouth while I wait for you to die. Eventually, I'll sicken and die myself and rebirth somewhere else, and you folks won't exist anymore. So, I'd say that most of you have gotten extremely more sick since 2020. Thing like I don't know if you guys are feeling uncomfortable. From what I can tell, most of you seem pretty calm, which is good because you had a couple of years there where you people were just constantly flipping out and putting me in the middle of your fucking madness. So I'm just glad that that's over with. It's just uh, you something within you has made you believe that you're. It's probably vengeance, honestly, where your only fucking coping mechanism is that you're never gonna free me. And God's explaining to you that you can't reincarnate, you can't cycle back here, but your brain matter is so bad, like your psyche is so bad that that's what makes sense to you in your head. Everything has to be mean and fucking sinister when he's just explaining to you your extinction. Right? Like, when he explained to me that what was going on with my liver is polycystic liver disease, you can never hear something like that from him. You would come up to me and scream in my fucking face something about uh I look like a cyst on a liver, and like that would make sense to you in your fucking dying head. You're that sick. Nothing about you. You have no good thoughts in your brain matter. So that's why you folks talk like that. Everything sounds like mean and fucking sinister when God's just talking to you. Nothing is like nice. It's like weird. Everything that when he talks to me is always like nice and comforting and stuff. But everything that you people fucking say sounds sinister and mad. I really feel bad for you. You don't think that God is talking to you when he clearly is, but in your head, God is fucking sinister and mean. And it shows when you're everything that you say and put on a television and type to me and shit. That's all that's in there is like sinister, gross, perverted, mean shit. It's very, very sad for you. I would say at the moment of your death, maybe something will be in there that isn't gross like that. And then because you yourself can't have God at all in your head because you're so sick. That's what I'm telling you. Every word, every phrase that exists in your brain matter is bad and sinister and mean. So, um, right, that has to be going on. On top of nothing is your fucking problem. You've got to have something going on in your head where you're just going, uh, I, I am not, she is not gonna be free. Okay, that's God explaining to you that you have to die. You can't cycle back here. It ends your cycles of rebirth. And your family should just fucking give it up already and administer your end of life medication. I thought all these things had families. Just I thought they all had families and that's their coping that they get to die in their own house and they have families and shit. How are they still fucking doing this to me? How is that still going on if that's true? Jesus God, man. So anyway, yeah, I would recommend to those people in New York that they get themselves some drugs. I guess crack pipes. Does someone know how to get them crack pipes out there? I said a long time ago they all need heroin. They all need to be on heroin. Just laying around. You don't even care. Most heroin addicts will eat food, by the way. Do you care? They all need heroin. How do you have a mob of people doing that? Why are they being denied opiates? That is, that's damnation right there in itself that you're denying those people fucking opiates. They should just be in a room, just fucking completely oped out. Yeah, they should just be like, I don't know, listening with headphones, listening to fucking trap music and shit high as a fucking kite. Why are they out in the street like that yelling? Like, even that dude over there in the corner, why is he even doing that? Why isn't he on opium? Or this guy at the thing all talking, still trying to talk to me and shit. You go, how is this person not on medication? I know that Brian Buchanan person can't be on more fucking drugs. He doesn't collect Social Security. He doesn't go to a fucking doctor. Let's go, people with the fucking medication. You know who you are. People on fucking drugs, too sweet. They just show up giving people drugs, you know. I witnessed it with my own two eyes, and that's what they're supposed to be doing. Oh, yeah. They just show up and go, here, smoke some of this. People fucking smoke it. Right, like God makes sure that, and people like that Brian dude apparently needs it too. Like God makes sure that those people have fucking medication. What's gonna happen on Super Tuesday? Is something supposed to happen that day? Yeah, because it's not gonna be 63 degrees until Wednesday. They're just talking about the election. Is this about the nuclear weapons? Yeah, it really does you well to support the nuclear weapons since that's your reality. And you want to have food and water for the rest of the time, right? Yeah, you definitely want to support the nuclear weapons. Nice. They drove out to Castle Island. I think it's helpful in terms of people that are in the community for them to understand that people are not about that around here. Yeah, they're not interested in a walking program. They may have done that in the past. So, right, because after a while, you go, I don't think they necessarily care. Right. It's just they might be like me where they go, I don't even fucking care anymore. What are you going to do when your whole fucking country is upheaval like this, and you know that these people have done this shit on purpose? They have fucking tormented their whole population for nothing because they're so fucking mentally insane. That's what I'm talking about. I started going over it. I started going over it. That's all they can do is fucking drive. Because you go, you people yourselves did this to us, and you clearly fucking enjoy doing it when all you were ever going to do the entire time was kill us all with thermonuclear weapons. You're fucking sick. Why didn't you just do that at 2011? Why on earth? Why couldn't you just kill me and my fucking six children while we're all in a house together? That's how fucking sick and depraved you are. I'm sure these people are done being fucking whipped around all over the place. It's not just me that you do this shit to. Obviously, you haven't fucking destroyed these people's lives like you did to me, but these people are burying their entire fucking family. And clearly, everyone knows that you people intended to do this the entire fucking time. So you just go, at this point, oh yeah, just all you have to do is make sure that these community people understand a sense of reality. You don't have to get in fights with them. Just look, we're trying to explain it to you. Okay. This uprising and stuff, it doesn't do anything but shut off our fucking food and our water. These people are batshit fucking insane. All they're doing is population control. They have been doing this shit with me for 13 fucking years. I have photographs of the way that they fucking talk to me in this internet prison that they fucking put me in. Not they're my friends. They clearly monitor it and try to make up news stories for themselves based on it, but they're not my fucking friends. Okay? That is fucking sick beyond measure. Oh, why don't you turn the camera on this time? Is it shaved? Okay? Those are sick fucking wackos that come in here and say stuff to me. I explained it. They literally began trying to pretend they were my fucking daughter that I don't even believe is living anymore. Those people that made up all those fucking Patriot X-ray shit, they're those people. They fucking pretend they're not. One of them was in the fucking goddamn chat, and I go, "Do you still have my email?" And she fucking emailed me right to my phone when no other fucking person can talk to me. That person, Sylvia, that's friends with that John Dubbins, all of those people are sick fucking military people. That is what I am telling you. It's this, they're the same fucking people. Mystery fucking solved after last summer. Mystery fucking solved. So, anyways, I know you just go, the second it's almighty. Do you still have that email? Because they don't have any fucking brain matter left. And then she emailed my fucking phone. It was her. Because I didn't say the email. And you go, okay, so it's you. You're the people fucking doing it, not other people. Oh yeah, that guy literally goes, "Oh yeah, Joey has dementia." Like I'm a fucking retard. He talks just like the Joe Smith fucking character. They were tricked into killing themselves. So they can be as obnoxious as they want to be down in Virginia Beach. That's all they're doing is burying their families in the ground and then they're gonna fucking die. That's all they ever wanted to do was kill everybody. I can almost guarantee you that Jenny Apple person, they've got something to do with the military too, because the fact that I could even see any of her videos, like they're some of them are dying, and so then they tried to be on a thing for me to view it. They're that fucked up sick. People, you'd be shocked how insane people can be. Nobody else can talk to me, but they're dying fucking military personnel. Now that they have cancer and they're all gonna die, they're gonna flash their fucking YouTube videos to me. You just go, oh my God. And then it seemed like they got annoyed with that. They can't stop getting annoyed with anything. They probably still try to hope and think that they're gonna change something and God won't let them do it. That's why it's just nothing but weird fucking shit. We're having clashes with the police, okay. But you haven't freed Mary, right? But you having clashes with the police. And then you got so flipped out that you shut off my money and then took the money in 3 increments? But you're gonna have clashes with the police, and that's gonna make a fucking difference? They won't get it in their fucking brain matter. It's like amazeballs. Like, talk about a war with God in your own fucking head. Just whoa. So when you folks made up free Amir and then went, "Aha," and then you told everybody you freed Amir, which means our mother, because you were emotionally fucking tormenting my children. Because some of you people are perverts and you hate children. We went over that at the beginning. You were using your NASA clearance to go into children's laptops and watch them on a fucking camera. Did you forget that bit? Your NSA clearance? Oh yeah, that guy, when he was doing one of his things, he said the word Connor. It's like they think they can do subliminal messages and shit because they're fucking insane. Right? There's some people that are psychopathically deranged, they're sadistically insane. That would be like if they fucked your husband, right? And they showed up somewhere, and then all of a sudden they go, "Oh yeah, and your husband's dick with the dot over there tastes good," and then they walk away. It's like the same type of thing. Oh yeah, and then you guys have anybody named Connor? You know the Connors, because they're fucked up in the head. They're mentally insane. That's why they do it. But yeah, I mean, some dementia is like that too. So some of them they might think they're just doing that at first when they have dementia. It's like definitely dementia. People do it. But if you knew you had weird psycho thoughts where people are going to get their revenge and stuff, and then you noticed you were doing that, it's probably dementia. But you might think you're just being like a cunt at first. I've watched the progression of it. So it's clearly got to be that. Like at first, you don't realize you're sick because you probably have an underlying where you've always been kind of psychotic, right? And then I would say I don't know if you started getting fights with people all over the place, then you might start realizing that something's wrong with you. Yeah, like if I guess some of them do it to strangers, so who knows? But that's dementia too. They start doing it. It's probably like they become more and more psychotic all the time. It becomes more and more sinister as the brain is dying. Whatever that is in the head takes over. Right, when it pops up every once in a while, but it begins to take over all of their thoughts. So, anyways, do you guys remember doing that with the baby Veronica? I know you just go, I don't know, man. I think it would start to bother me. Like, I don't know. I'm not a psychopath, but I think it would start to bother me when I started realizing that everything I was doing was it's like you people are stuck in a horrifying Tales from the Crypt episode. So I think it's better for you to try not to think about it. Yeah, I think it's better to really try not to think about it because it definitely seems like that. Like, yeah, that's a good way to put it. You're stuck in some horrifying Tales from the Crypt episode, and just because it's just some weird thing where you can't stop like hating me, even when there's no rationale reason for it. Like, I'm at the point I'm not asking you for anything, I'm not confronting you about things, and you still won't stop doing weird shit to me. Like, you can't stop needling at me. So obviously God's gonna kill you all because that's fucking wickedly insane. Nobody can tolerate that. Did most of the public forget about the free Mia and the the Save Baby Veronica stuff? You probably forgot about Connor Lamb. Wasn't there one called Paige something too? That's my daughter's middle name. So anyway, the people of Castle Island. That's supposed to be a walk route, but it is funny. Yeah. Um, it is funny, but yeah, I mean, obviously, it's kind of like to let people know you're not going to stop driving, I guess. Yeah. That's all you can do because it's like a war, I guess. No, you just go. Something probably happened where they thought that people were trying to block off a road because if you live in Dedham, you can see that they did that. But just remember this, that road, there's no houses there. Yeah, it's almost like a red herring, so to keep them satisfied that they think there's a road closed. And it's like I told you, that was part of my walk route. And if you from around here, it was like a quaint, nice bridge. They're wickedly evil and sick. Like they destroyed a fucking view. Right, like you're on the Seine in fucking Paris, France. They destroyed it on purpose because it was part of my walk route. They have severe, profound insanity. There's nothing else they can do, I guess. Maybe they know that they have cancer, the family members do, and that's my fault, of course. I'm the pedestrian, but it's my fault that they are dying. They're never going to attack you guys. Nope, especially if you have firearms. They attack me because I'm a meek person. I was a mother. I didn't even work. So, because I was trying to get a divorce, I went back to school and I was attempting to work. I was working two jobs uh, because a man wouldn't divorce me. So, um, that's who these people attack. So, in order to have a human race, they're being forced to kill themselves. So, as mean as it sounds, they can't raise viable children because their children are even meaner and more sick than they are. I mean, it's been 15 years of this, as you all know. So their children are brutally insane. I'm sure some of you have probably come into contact with some of their children, how sick they are. So some of them apparently they're sociopathic and they think they're going to stop people from driving when they're doing this to me. It's just weird. It's not they don't know about me. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So they can't raise children that can. They're not human beings. So their children can't overcome their teaching because they're not human beings and they're mentally retarded. So they get more mean. It's all part of the community. So they're not regular Christian people, clearly. Anyways, that's all you can do is support Trump. And then I guess from time to time, these other stories come up and you go, yeah, probably. They're probably like, is it Sullivan's really? Because Mary can't go there. I guess we're all gonna fucking drive there then. It's the World Wide Web. I'm pretty sure they can see me until they shut the channel down because Cindy told me. How would she know I had a channel to be shut down if it wasn't visible? So I think by now they go, yeah, they're doing the fucking Sullivans again because she can't fucking go there. She was taking a train for 16 days when it was fucking free and walking around. It's a walk route. So they're flashing it to her because they shut her fucking money off. That's all they do. 13 years of it. Baby Veronica. So does anyone care that they're all fucking dying now? They try to make me look at their fucking videos that they're dying. That chick's in the military and her kid is dead. Really? You're in the military and your kid is dead? Is your kid's name Save Baby Veronica? Do they make you suffer the fuck through that? Anyways, there's gonna be a whole bunch of dead fucking kids. I don't have to look at it. I don't want to be turned into that, but I mean, seriously? The fuck? Yeah, because I'm sure there's people that have fucking sold their house and then moved to a phase out area going, what the fuck is this? I thought we were all going to get housing because we got rid of our fucking house. They just think we're all fucking retards. They literally just think, have you ever talked to these fucking things? They all think we're all fucking retards. Okay, so I'm going to give you a voucher. Ha 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 ha. And you don't have any children? That's a literal fucking animal out there. And she or it probably doesn't think it's supposed to be called an animal either. Some of them, that's probably one of them. They are not going to stop doing fucked up shit till everybody calls them an animal. They become enraged if you don't say that shit to them. There's a whole facet of them, the whole group of them that are that fucking sick too, believe me. They fly into a fucking rage if you seem regular. They're so ill mentally. Anyway, so that was the highlight of the fucking day, for sure. Thanks for that. That was the highlight of the day. People driving the fuck around. It's Sullivan's, is it? Okay, well, I guess we're all fucking driving there because we have fucking money. Why don't you flash shit you took the fuck away from us? Then they would never in a day do anything like that to people that have firearms, but they will fucking kill all your children. Yep, because they've made up an excuse why they've got to kill everybody. It is what it is. They didn't go around going, okay, you're a fucking human being and we'll put you in the safe zone. Why have a fucking safe zone when you leave the Virgin Mother and her 6 fucking children here to be murdered? Why have a safe zone? I can't care. But the fact that they made one, right? But you see how fucking sick they are. You go, oh my God, it's definitely almighty. Oh yeah, just you made a safe zone, but you don't put the 2 5-star print of the nail fucking Virgin Mother in it with their children. Okay. Nah, you don't have to be afraid of that. I already explained it. I wasn't birthed by a human being. There's no way on earth it could be any worse than the past fucking 53 years. No, there's not any way on earth that can be worse than what I've already fucking gone through. That's the beauty, I guess, of this is I can explain it to people. Because you probably would be wicked worried, right? Yeah, because you go, wait a minute, they didn't put any fucking human beings there. They don't have to put any fucking human beings there. They could, and they're probably so fucking deranged, they're literally gonna kill me, my children, and then they're gonna just have their own fucking planet here. They're that sick and insane. None of it matters. It's like the survivalist. Remember I explained it? You could have people that think they're a fucking survivalist, right? And they build an entire fucking fortress of boron and then they die from a fucking stroke. It's Almighty God. People get cancer that are not being nuked, you know. I know you just go, whoa. Heart attack, stroke, right? It's amazing, isn't it? How when people have no fucking faith in God, I guess they can't because they know they're bad internally and they're different species. They're a monkey. So their mental reasoning, they're so easily tricked by him. It must have something to do with the being that ignores that God is there all the time. Right, because if you're not aware that he's there all the time, you're fucked. They never do what I did in 2011 when I went. I don't think so. Yeah, they're never gonna do that. Like, he in that part of it, he's kind of like it's like a cheat from what I can tell, but by 2006, I was going, "Something is" right, because I know I'm already in the process of, quote, unquote, "being woken up by him," not people are gonna wake up. Everybody is not me. I know, you just go, "That all ended in 2012." It's right in the book. So you by 2006, I'm already questioning my life. Yeah, like, what the fuck is this? This is like, why would we have this much money? This guy doesn't even fucking do anything. Other people don't think like that. You have monkeys apparently in LA that think they deserve money for not doing anything. There are some people that do a lot of fucking work, you know. And obviously, I was doing work. I was in the process of raising six fucking human beings that could have been productive in a fucking planet. That I was doing something. Not everybody with the fucking vagina is doing that. They've clearly been pushing out a whole bunch of violent, retarded fucking animals. Not they're helping the planet by what they're doing. So much so that there's a small population on this land piece that has to go down in the fucking Titanic with them to get rid of them. But not they've been doing the planet a fucking favor by what they're birthing. So I've had to unfortunately come into contact with a bunch of them. So clearly they came from just like that guy asked, you don't even know where I come from. Actually, I do know where you come from. Yeah. There's only one thing that creates that, and that is a nasty, nasty child makes that. What does a dude say to that? I know he probably wasn't expecting that fucking response, man. Not anything you could ever do in a day that would make me like you. I think you're anything but a depraved, retarded animal, or understand you, or respect you. I don't know what that is because they're strangers to me. But I guess it's back to Pluto. That's what I've been doing since I shut the live stream off. I put the Pluto free TV on. I ate like five tortillas. I went crazy with the tortillas and the chocolate sun butter, which I can't buy without a snap card, by the fucking way. Just everything I do is a fucking bother. Just piles of the shit in stores all around the fucking state. But anyways, it's obviously why God's killing them all. So It's obviously why God's killing them all. No, I don't feel bad at all. Every single one of them that is getting cancer and dying, not I don't ever fucking feel bad in my whole fucking body. Those days are long since fucking over because God forced them to reveal to me how fucking disgusting they are through their persona. You can't put a mask back on over I smell like fucking fish, dude. Right? You can't put a mask back on what happened at the food pantry. It's over. So, just the whole planet. I'm sure anybody like me goes, exactly. You can't put a fucking mask back on at 2020 when you tried to fucking kill me. Can you hand me a bottle of water? No. You can't put a fucking mask back on that. You cannot put a fucking mask back on that. There never was any fucking virus, and you know it. You can't put a mask back on that. So, unfortunately, we don't take this insurance. You can't put a fucking mask back on that. Just the shit of even the fucking IRS in 2022, they're still doing it. You can't put a mask back on that. We couldn't verify your identity. I mean, at this point, I consider that profuse insanity now. Yeah, I definitely do at this point. Like, their psyche is blown out. That's what happens to psychopaths. They go on a rip, right? And then it becomes they can never turn back because it feeds into itself. Their madness feeds into it like a snowball effect, and it blows out their psyche. So they become even more brutally insane towards me, not any better. When they see a 2 5 star and they realize they're damned, it, anything they ever did was to try to not go to hell and get like they wanted acceptance, so they had to pretend they were good and they couldn't stop being bad. But they knew that they had to pretend to be good to the right people, right? So they pretended to be good to people that like the president, the people with the firearms. They pretended to they're ass lickers. They pretended to be good to those people, and then other people like me, they did this to me, and then all of a sudden they go 2 5 star, print of the nail, Mohammed's fucking sword. There's not a possible way for them to ever be accepted by me because of what they've done. And it blows out their psyche and it rolls into a snowball. Just like the thing. They're at the IRS going, oh my God, it's her. And then they still can't do the right thing. It's already way far gone. Oh yeah. And they already know by then that they've been fucking nuked. They already know it. And they have no immunity and they're all gonna die. All their children, everything they thought they were amassing for themselves, they're gonna destroy me and gather up goods like a fucking animal and give that to their quote unquote family, like you saw in Hurricane Katrina and shit. You're all gonna die from cancer and you have no chance of an afterlife because I'm the Virgin Mother. So it just makes them go, bleh. Right. You would have thought after August Sea Star they would get better, but the damage was already done. And you would know probably by then they had already murdered my children. When you see an August Sea Star and you go, oh my God, we killed all of our fucking children in a fucking shelter for fun. Right. It's already over and done. We already fucking starved these 6 children to fucking death in a shelter in Orlando, Florida. Now what the fuck are we gonna do? You're gonna bury your family and then fucking die. You're gonna probably commit suicide because you've been on a 4 year fucking rip of profuse, profound psychotic insanity. Oh yeah. Like you probably got mad at something I said and then murdered all my fucking children. And then you go 2 5 star and you open up a fucking book at about midnight. And there goes your fucking psyche. Bloop right out the back of your head. And it should have been a fucking firearm. But you people don't have firearms. Right. You ass licked all the people with firearms, not you have firearms. It's just exactly what I said. I've been watching it for 13 years. Some of you still do it. Steal all my fucking clothes, and then you give other people coats that you think look like my coat you just stole. Because your head is already out the back of your fucking skull by the time I'm at that hotel. You were never that sick. Probably. Most of them, those are the ones where God has to melt their brain down because they will run around in a fucking panic mode. Just like that Judy person was doing in her car, talking about you got to have vaccines and this and that because she knew she was fucking damned. She knew she was gone. Clearly, those people had the money and the resources in March of 2012 to simply give me they could have gave me a fucking house and my children could have moved right the fuck into it with me. They know that. So she's running around in a fucking car with me and Freddie in it, talking like a fucking the insane animal she is. Not there's a fucking virus. That's probably why they were all acting like that. That they go into such a panic they can't tell me that's what they're doing when it is what they're doing. Right? They saw the photograph and their fucking psyche blew right out the back of their fucking heads. They know everything they ever said about me, and they know that God heard them, and they know they're fucking damned. All they can be told is like I've been doing. It's not that I have proof of it, but you just go. There's got to be some other species you can transition into. You just can't stay on planet Earth with me in this bodily form. So even with the 2 5 star and God telling you who I am, look at how you are. To this very day, you're still doing it. Now, like you all decided you're going to go into another fucking group denial, just like you were before 2 5 star. Right. You're so fucking dangerous to me. You've allowed animals to do this for 4 years, and you're going along with it. You would allow them to fucking murder me just so that you can try to stay in a fucking denial. You're that sick. I don't think the people driving to Castle Island are going to kill pedestrians. They're just, you people, Really fucking sick, man. Just more nuclear material. That's what they're telling you. It's supposed to be 67 on Wednesday. Why are we looking at 62? There is not a fucking person to be saved here. There is not. You've already murdered millions of people. You already murdered my fucking children. Right, you go, there is not a person to be saved here. Let's go. Whole fucking land piece. And all around the fucking planet, too. I would hope it's not going to come to that. That's what I said. I'll worry about it when I get rebirthed. But I would hope it's not going to come to I rebirth, right? And then I have to actually kill people. I hope it's not going to come to that. Right? Because clearly after this, that's all that's going to be going on a planet. Primates can't actually pretend to be my species. They can't. Right? And then it's just anybody that's in this fucking community and shit will have to have their throat sliced. I hope that the nuclear material is going to get rid of them off of the face of the earth, because that's all that would go on after this. So God says, Exodus 20:13, that I'm not going to have to be forced to have to kill people that are not people. You're not people, you're animals. So if I was somewhere and a literal fucking monkey came out, I can't grab it by the head and slice its throat. That's all you are. That's all you are animals. You're not people. People don't, not even regular Neanderthals do this. So it's better to just stay away from me, because the verbiage is not going to change. That's fact. People like that, by the way, are dangerous to the mentally ill, just so you know. Because mentally ill people say all kinds of shit. You could have someone like Heidi, you could have people that just talk to themselves, and that person is going to make up an excuse that they have a right to do something to them because they won't stop saying a word or something when they're mentally ill. Who cares what I fucking said? I know you just go, she hasn't said a fucking word to you. She's trying to get her fucking food, and you're behind her in a fucking food line, still harassing her. Maybe that's those people's way of making sure that I know that if I could see them on the internet, that they'd be telling these people they're gonna fucking kill them or something. Yeah, because clearly, like, everyone is being blocked. I can't even myself, I try to leave a comment on my own thing and it doesn't show up. I check. I check on my phone and I check between the two laptops, so I know they're doing it. So there could be 1,000 people a day going, like, we know what the fuck you're doing to her, and that you have her in some kind of fucking internet prison. We know what the fuck you're doing in there, and we're gonna fucking kill you if we can find you. And I'd never see it. They're in this thing telling me that I'm all alone and I'm psychotic. I've told you some of the shit, and I took pictures of it. I never had a phone until April. And yeah, like, there's been times before where they said fucked up shit. And I, like I explained it to you before, like, this is how sick they are. before they could have got away with it because people use fake names on the internet. These are like world leaders and shit that were calling themselves like Sparky Jones. And they're on my Facebook page talking about being in naked and shit. I'm not kidding you, because who the fuck is in this thing? Right. So, and like I told you, in 2014, I put an email address on Twitter, and only one disgusting being emailed me, and it was all fucked up jargon, just like that. Like, I was like, who the fuck is this person? Because they sounded mentally retarded, and literally no other person's email got to me. And I was on Twitter. And that was like the height of being annoying. Yeah, there's no possible way that another person wouldn't at least send a thing going, I know like you're on Twitter or whatever, but maybe you should talk to this doctor or something. Like there wasn't even nothing, not a single fucking thing. By 2014, they were already doing it to me. And they absolutely refused to issue me a fucking telephone. So believe me, God isn't allowing it. There's a big, big difference between your world fucking system and Almighty God. They don't serve a purpose. And right, you just go, the age ended and it's an extinction. It's the fucking Passover. Anybody that reads a book knows that. And beings doing this shit don't serve a fucking purpose here. That's not a species that has a purpose in a fucking ecosystem. Right? You just go, none of it has any fucking meaning. The money, the technology, the ability to gather insane people, and it's all kind of a made up business about paying the money. Does it really seem like it's about paying the money still? After 13 years, if they all have fucking billions of dollars now? I mean, you're talking about people that lived in a fucking welfare system in New Orleans that are millionaires. Does it really seem like it's about gathering people via money? They're deranged fucking animals. It really doesn't have anything to do with fucking money. That was all a bunch of horse shit. How much money could animals be printed? What was it? 47 trillion fucking dollars printed out to deranged fucking animals? And this shit's still going on. It was never about fucking money. So you things don't serve a purpose in an ecosystem. You don't raise children that have any fucking purpose here. I explained it. Like it's like this too. Now that you really think about it, I don't know if you're my species or not. I don't have a way of knowing that. I'm not the fucking judge, right? But you go like this. You go, when you think about it, your species. Say that you were the other species, and your purpose is to burn fuel, which is fun. I used to drive. Okay, these beings don't even do that. Are you seeing how fucking useless they are? And they literally attack people in a fucking mob. They're nothing but depraved fucking animals. They don't serve a purpose here. I think that some of them try to pretend that they're mothers and stuff. Their children are all retarded. They don't work. They're retarded. I guess some of them play fucking football or basketball, and then they form mobs like that of hatred. What the fuck is that? That doesn't serve a purpose in this ecosystem. You're not even burning fuel. So, to some extent, it makes sense certain population groups that are going to die first. It doesn't mean the other people aren't going to die, but they have a fighting chance, at least to live longer. I mean, you're talking about people that work, they build things, they keep a food supply going, they keep the water and shit going, they give us entertainment. They invented fucking airplanes, they're doctors and shit. These beings are just wastes of fucking flesh that do nothing but fucking bother people. Somebody's got to say it. What more could they fucking do at this point? I wasn't even talking like that. I mean, do you remember back in the beginning? I was trying to fucking help these people. The very fucking people I was trying to help are in a thing going, unfortunately, we don't take your insurance. The same fucking people. No more. Fucking done. I just had one of them attack me in a fucking street corner. Done. Feel bad for you fucking things. Anyways, just that's it. You're not raising like children because you're not married. So you're raising your children to be amoral. And then they're mentally retarded. So what could they possibly do with schooling? They don't go to college even when it's free. And then they refuse to work. So that doesn't do anything for an ecosystem. They're clearly not on a farm somewhere picking fucking food. So I don't know what they thought their purpose in life was. That was never my life. Uh, I didn't grow up in the projects, and like I said, I never in my life would ever plan to live on fucking welfare. That doesn't seem like a thing to ever do. So yeah, I don't think I ever had that in my head too, where I was constantly. I'm thinking about how I was when I was growing up. I don't remember ever constantly caring that other people had money and hating them, and then thinking that I'm supposed to have more than I have. Like I was already working from. I had a fucking paper route, so I was already working from like youth. And then I guess you I don't even know if I really cared that much about money. I'd have to think about it. I don't think I really did. I knew I wanted to do I wanted to do a career or whatever. I wasn't really thinking about it. And you go to college. I always knew I had to go to fucking college. You either go to New York, but I wanted to go to some sort of like college for drama and shit in New York. Not I just go to New York and get high and spread my legs. You just go, I don't know what the fuck that is, that's all your life is from the time you're a teenager, but these people clearly have no aspirations in life at all. So, not my problem. Tired of fucking listening to it. They clearly didn't spend their time demanding that I be freed. So, anyway, like I said, people are driving on purpose. That's pretty much all they can do to try to stay fucking sane. I Most of these people probably know other people that have been foreclosed, and like I said, the people running the country have spent at least 13 years, if not 15, driving their entire fucking population into madness, and they seem to enjoy it. I'm not unawares of what they've done to their own fucking species. And part of it is allowing all these deranged animals to attack us. They think it's fucking funny. So anything that sort of like destroys our fucking life is their lives get more miserable. So they're being forced to kill you all. So um, if you're part of the fraction that took place in illegal foreclosures and destroying people's lives like mine and making people lose their entire fucking pension and life savings since 2008 with the stock market and taking over everything and painting everything fucking black or Mexican or whatever the fuck it is. If you're that fraction, They let you do it, obviously, to destroy our lives because they're sick, and now they're killing you all. That's all that has taken place. And the people whose lives you destroy don't give a fuck. We're happy that you're all gonna fucking die. So I explained it before. You folks don't go to college even when it's free because you don't have the brain power to be doctors. So all of your hospitals have to close because there's nobody. Manat Health can't help you. Bay State Health can't help you. So, and you're not being screened because I think most black people don't even smoke, by the way. I'm not sure about the Latinos. Okay, most of you don't smoke, right? So you're not even being screened for lung cancer. And by the time you get symptoms, you're going to die. So clearly, all I've done for 13 years is try to fucking help you. And then sometimes I get fucking mad, but I'm not instilling fucking government policy that's led to your fucking extinction. No. Had you followed the plan and not decided to attack me, this wouldn't even be happening, or at least you could sort of have it. I thought I explained it at the beginning. You could at least die in your heads with some sort of belief that maybe God would forgive you. And you don't have that. You absolutely do not have that. And no matter what I've done, you won't allow yourselves to have it. So it is what it is. Anybody that wasn't paying attention to me online before, you were being blocked. Michelle Wu is a character that I wrote on Facebook. That's why that person is the mayor of Boston. That's how sick they are. So I would say try not to get scared, but clearly we're all going to be dying from lung cancer. So if you thought that there was people running your country that had a brain in their heads, there isn't. After I went out to Quincy in 2020 and I was camping with Karen Corbett and her son's name is Michael, I was writing on Facebook making fun of him because he was using a lot of drugs and he's hot. And I was talking about eating peanuts and stuff, and that he would go, "Woo, peanuts," and like he's like that guy in those films that goes, "Do it, you can do it," or whatever. It was a whole thing I was doing on Facebook. And then all of a sudden, they said that they had their mayor was Michelle Wu. It is because of that. Yeah. So that's just a little bit of insight into how ill the people are that are running your country. So, not the people that are pouring out the radioactive material. That's not actually insane. That's what I'm telling you. So I think that uh, if you don't know anything, if you don't know a lot of people in the military or that sort of that mindset, they can be wicked, insane, and deranged like that, like I explained to you. Where they're making fun of you and they think that I think it's funny when I don't think it's funny. And then they will literally abuse me too because they're deranged. There's not a person on earth they don't fucking abuse. When you're sick like that, there's not a person on earth that you're not fucked up sick like that about. Well, God's got it set up on purpose because it takes a certain type of binder where you're enjoying killing people. It takes a certain type of binder. So, because of what they're doing, it will prevent mass starvation. And it kind of makes sense to the population. The very fact that they're being killed will keep them calm. Because, yeah, once you go, okay, so we're all being killed. So we don't have to worry about living on a planet with 11 billion people. Okay. That in itself keeps the population calm. They know they're going to have food in their mouth till they die because otherwise they've got to do something. They've got to do something if someone isn't killing everybody. I hope that makes sense because nothing could be done to get these animals to stop producing children. Just they wouldn't stop paying them for having children. They've done this to me and they still pay people to have children. And then they put them in housing for having children. And they will not stop them from doing it because they're animals. They don't believe in it themselves because they're mentally retarded primates. They probably think a fucking fairy cloud is going to come down and make another piece of earth for all these fucking monkeys to live on. So you're not facing food shortages on planet Earth right now, but you would be without the thermonuclear weapons. So people want to make sure that you're actually using them and you're not just making up a fucking story. Because otherwise, people are going to have to start slicing people's throats and they don't want to have to do it. So you better be using thermonuclear weapons because we went from 7 billion people to 8 billion people in a decade. That's fucking frightening. So hopefully China will fucking kill us all to put a stop to this because they already know. They did a one child policy. They won't do anything like that here because it's being run by a pile of fucking monkeys. That's why they won't do it. China already knows it has to be done. Everything that you've done to me here can't make sense. Just you had to fly your fucking doctors to another country out of here. I think China knows that. So you've got to fucking the whole land piece has to be cleared of people. It's just it's a terrible tragedy for your people, but it's a reality. Just people with just brain disease all over the place. You've got a lot more problems than just a fucking drug epidemic. You have a brain plague, and you have people that are profoundly mentally retarded and psychotic and violent, just running around that don't make any fucking sense when they talk and stuff. It's just, believe me, you got more problems than a fucking drug problem, but you don't have a food shortage. You have a fucking brain plague problem, not a food shortage. I would have never thought, honestly. I do now, but I mean, 10 years ago, I didn't realize that you were all retarded monkeys. Yeah. I didn't realize that you're so fucking disgusting you can't keep your legs closed. So in terms of abortion, I mean, I know you go, it comes down to that with the abortion. Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. If they don't use thermonuclear weapons, they'd have to stop murdering your children themselves. It is. That's a gruesome thing that people don't want to have to do. It is a gruesome thing that people don't want to have to do. Like you're murdering my children who had fucking brains in their head and the shit you're doing to me. And then you're helping retards have more children. That they don't do a fucking thing. And some of them are completely fucking disabled. You better be using thermo fucking nuclear weapons. Something causes people to drive fucking trucks around. It's shit that they've seen. They know it themselves. Just, there's an academic record for the 6 children you murdered, and then the millions of people children you filled their heads with fucking mercury on purpose, and then you just have piles of fucking retards all over the place. And all they do is get high and demand things and rape people. They don't have a fucking purpose. That's what I'm telling you. Do you drive a fucking car? You have no purpose. Do you drive a car? You have no fucking purpose. And then I've easily explained to them how they're not. Your purpose is to fucking make people. That's your purpose. There's 8 billion people on a fucking planet. It's just like I said, we went from 7 billion people to 8 billion people in a decade. That's scary, fucking frightening. That means in 10 years, there'll be 10 billion people. That's why that shit was going on in what you call in Africa. That's God's fucking population control. And then you made up that was a fucking conspiracy. There's disparages in healthcare. No, there isn't. It's God making sure we don't fucking starve to death. You're fucking retarded animals. Jesus fucking Christ. I didn't even know that you things didn't make any fucking doctors. I didn't know that. God had me look it up. You go, you've had free fucking college since the 1960s and none of you are doctors? You're mentally retarded. Point blank. Stop having fucking children. Like the ones that play basketball and have money, or the ones that are actors and have money, they'd say the same fucking thing. They had any fucking balls. Once they look up the statistics and go, yeah, what the fuck is this? Stop having fucking children. I'm sure. I'm sure there's a whole legion of Spanish people too. I mean, I'm not saying white people are perfect, but most of them aren't me. They don't have 6 fucking children. You know how many people I've had to listen to their fucking comments? Because the virgin mother, birthed 6 children that had fucking brains in their heads that you fucking murdered. I had to listen to that shit because white people don't do that. That's why white people judge me about having fucking children. Not white people are doing that. They can't afford to do it because they have to fucking work. They don't live in a fucking welfare ghetto. And then listen to these fucking animals talking about being poor. You just go, what? Like that video. Oh my fucking God. Just, I know you just go, oh my. Someone who's been like, has a basement apartment in their fucking parents' house. Yeah. And you just go, you people are fucking deranged. You're poor. You were all living in public housing out there. And Los Angeles is a pretty fucking expensive area to be living in, too. You people are fucking deranged animals, man. I'm glad you're way over there. The fucking poor. They're in the backyard. We don't even think about you. We didn't even know you fucking existed till it was all over a television that you were beating a fucking white guy to death after you pulled him out of a truck. I didn't even know you existed. Not I was laughing at you. Laughing at you? Is that what you thought? We went, oh my fucking God, someone's gonna kill all these people, right? What the fuck is this? That dude actually thought the white people were laughing at him and not they're scared to fucking death of it. I know you just go, oh my fuck. How many of them does OJ Simpson think white people were laughing at him after he slaughtered two fucking white people? Were we laughing at him? Like when he got off, did they think that white people were laughing that day? Like, was I angry that they did that or scared to fucking death of them because they're deranged, depraved fucking animals? Like, was I angry that a black man didn't go to jail? Or I'm scared to death of you fucking things. One of them attacked me over there. That dude was ready to fucking kill me. Not I'm laughing at you. So anyway, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, to an extent, I felt bad, and then you go, I guess it makes sense if they're that violent. After watching that video, you go, if you're like a young black man and you're not violent like that, I'm sorry. I mean, maybe you're in a mimicry for your own safety because they'd fucking attack you too. And whatever, God sorts that out after we all die here. But I mean, after that interview, would you just go, and what happened in 2020? You just go, clearly, God has to kill them real quick because they're so violent. He doesn't even think he's violent. He's so insane. They don't find rioting to be violent and scary. Okay. It was the same thing with Katrina. I was scared to fucking death, man, watching that stuff going. And then one of them's on a TV going, George Bush doesn't care about black people. I wasn't angry. I was scared to fucking death. Not I was angry or laughing. So anyway, God's killing them all, so not gonna have to worry about fucking that thing out in Quincy's a literal fucking gorilla. Just obviously that's scary. Just people filled with fucking hatred. They don't even look like people. I mentioned that. I never saw like eh, I never saw black people that look like literal fucking monkeys before. That's new. And man, are they fucking retarded and violent. That's why I was wondering like where the fuck they came from. If they were stored in a fucking ghetto somewhere. If they were interbreeding. Something's going on there. And then they thought that they're supposed to break out of that and start raping other people. Because who's having sex with something that looks like a fucking monkey? Not many people are doing that willingly. That's what I was saying. Like I would say, from what I've seen, if you're just like a regular black person, you're probably in a mimicry. Yeah, it's for your protection. because otherwise they literally would fucking attack you. I mean, I think that became evident in 2020 and it was shocking. Um, so, yeah, like I don't mean to hurt people's feelings. It's just, or if you're a regular like Spanish person, it's got to be a mimicry so that you don't get attacked. All of those voices at the IRS were all black women when you have to call them, and that they wouldn't issue the money. Those were definitely black women. When I called the DTA office last year, one of them was black, and she couldn't help me. She had to transfer me to someone else, and that sounded like a white woman, and she helped me. Yeah. So uh, the people at Social Security are all Asian, right? Even the one that interviewed me on the phone is Asian, and the chick at the DTA office in Quincy now is Asian, but they used to be black people in there. There's a black dude and Asian people. And then that Sarah chick from 2022 was a black chick. So yeah, they are the people that took over the DTA offices. That's not I mean anybody that's gone in there knows who these people are. They used to have like one kind of more heavier set white woman working at the one in Quincy, but it was all black women working there. And now it's Asian women and a black guy. And then like I said, Social Security office was Asian people from the time I applied in 2012. So these people are like monstrously bigoted and insane. They went on some sort of obvious tirade. It's like you have like three of them at least. I mean, I don't know really if the Spanish people were doing that, but yeah, I mean that they would know about that in Florida, like the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans and shit if they went fucking insane. Again, those people were black people that wouldn't let me in the shelter in Orlando. The guy that tried to get me to go over by in the dock was a black dude. And then I don't the cops were not black. I don't know if they were Spanish or not. They might have been white dudes, but they were fucking insane too. So, and then the chick who didn't have the resources was Spanish, the fucking hotel in Orlando. So, for the most part, it's not white people doing this shit to me. It's just that these people infiltrated every fucking facet of your government. So, I feel that your leaders allowed them to do it because they were enjoying them destroying our fucking lives. And then because there wasn't a war, they finally get to the point where they have to fucking kill us all. It's the end of their fucking game because many of them are approaching death and they want this shit done before they die. It's like her. They wanted everything shut down before they died, but they can't do it. They fucking screwed their own pooch as far as that goes. They're not shutting anything down. They're gonna have to make up another fantasy to die off in. Not they got rid of the United States of America. I explained it all. So anyway, food, water. I'm one person. I'm one person on a planet. So I did everything I thought I could do that I thought I was supposed to convey to you from God, and there's really not too much more I can do. That's about it. They can't stop a transition plan. That's what I'm saying. I have no idea what's going to happen when all this material's poured out. I could be surprised where it Yeah, where basically you have like a small number of people that do actually survive it. I don't know, but I mean clearly, um, you have some ethnic groups that can't fight off cancer, and they're not getting any medical treatment. So they're definitely done for, right? And I went over the whole thing of like they have no immunity at all, right? Just because I have certain immunities doesn't mean I'm impervious to that amount of radiation. It's over the long term because it's all over the planet. So you'd have to have it even if you're in a safe zone, right? It's the whole planet is having this stuff poured out, but it's not going to be that level. The initial level with the ionizing radiation and shit like that is obviously giving what it gives you the lung cancer by doing that. So anyway, um, you could, I should say probably, you could have a people that survive it somehow in this land piece, but they're not going to be certain ethnic groups because they have no immunity at all to fight off cancer once they have it. And then clearly their lifestyle, because they're all overweight and they don't walk anywhere. So they're doomed. So the very people that I tried to help, they just couldn't do it. Yeah, I mean, come on, people. I think you know it outside of Social Security, I think you know they run the DTA office, right? And then I found out that they were distributing the COVID money, right? Because you can tell by their voices that they're black. They're those type of black women. There's no white woman sounds like that. So, and then I told you I'm in a shelter for 12 years so I can see what the people look like. The woman that was running the place is that Luquette person. That big, huge, massive black person. Someone knows who was working in the HUD offices that wouldn't simply issue me a Section 8. I don't know if you know this about Quincy, Massachusetts. It has an extremely high Asian population. It's like 30% now. So if you thought that Asians were impervious to this, they're not. Those are clearly not family members of mine, right? You go, right, because you go, why didn't they somehow put me in housing or something? They probably thought the same thing, like they were taking over a fucking area. The United States of America, there's people that are fucked. People do fucked up shit, man. I just couldn't even imagine doing that. Where you go, they don't allow white people to do that. That should tell you right there how fucking insane these other ethnic groups are, right? They can build up a fraction like they're a fucking monkey clan. But then anybody that white people aren't even trying to do that. And then they get all fucked up if they think a neighborhood is all white people when they're not even doing it purposely. They're completely fucked in the heads. That's all they see in their life. They're completely obsessed with white people. I never knew this either. They're completely obsessed with white people, and then they get fucking pissed if they keep thinking that we're building up a neighborhood of white people when we're not even fucking doing it on purpose. But you know what? I would fucking do it on purpose now. I had no idea that these things were that fucking insane. I always thought it was a little bit weird, right? Like Chinatown and people that are calling something a brown city and shit. I always thought it was weird. And I always knew that white people weren't doing that, but in that they would accuse white people of doing it when they're not even doing it, right? I think I know what white people are doing because I'm white, right? So I would know if white people were doing that because they don't do a persona to me because I'm fucking white. So I know they're not doing it. So I can point blank tell you fucking things that you're mentally insane. You're completely fucking batshit mentally insane animals like a monkey clan. That you would even be doing that. We're gonna this is Chinatown and we're all fucking Chinese. This is Atlanta and we're Brown Town and we're all fucking black. And I'm gonna move to Atlanta where all the fucking black people are because I'm gonna live in a black fucking town. You're deranged fucking animals. And then you go, oh, there they are, a fucking white town. We're gonna infiltrate because you're a fucking animal. That's why you're doing it. Just straight out white people do not fucking do that. That I know. So tired of listening to this fucking hatred about white people. Clearly, it's the United States of America. 53 fucking years. There's people, it's the fucking melting pot. Obviously, people are different, but it's never in my fucking life would I ever be doing it. But now nobody can stop fucking doing it now because of you things. Can't wait for you fucking things to die and be off the face of fucking planet Earth. Because now everybody does it. When people were not fucking doing that before. Only you deranged fucking animals were doing it. I explained it about Yvette when she talks. She can't even fucking talk without doing it. Did it and then she married a white man and stuff, and you just go, oh my fucking god, you things are so fucking I just can't even I can't be around you. Remember when they were talking about black Alex and white Alex, how much it was fucking freaking me out? It's like listening to people. Yeah, sometimes people are so mentally insane you can't listen to them anymore. It's like that. Is that why they interviewed that one dude? And is he some sort of a fucking football player or something now? I know. Now it's okay that someone has money, right? Because the someone is him. Fucking people, man. It's not like he's a fucking communist. Oh yeah. Just it's not that people having money is bad, and it's not even that people having money and other people having fucking literally nothing. Not a fucking a public housing unit. The fucking literal ground. It's not that that's bad. It's only if he doesn't have fucking money that it's bad. Right. Clearly in a jungle, because you things are most definitely capable of it. You can just tell by your words and speech that you're all fucking murderously insane. You're 100% capable of it. Just, it's not normal. No. Just so you know, right? And clearly there's medications that help people, but anybody that had an interest in their own psychiatry, it clearly that is not quote unquote normal. That's you're in danger of being a murderer, and other people don't think like that. I would never, my entire growing up, would did I have a hatred towards people with money. Um, this is not, I don't know, this isn't fucking India. It's the United States of America. You work and make money if you want money. Why the fuck would you care if someone has money? It's just the words I'm still fucking listening to about rich people that don't make any sense. It's just something to do with being the other species where there's always going to be a group of people apparently that you people hate, and then every once in a while something happens where you're allowed to kill each other. It's not that it's not like it's a developing hatred because of life circumstances. You're just born like that. I'm not like that. No, I don't have that at all. But it's clear that you people do because you're a different species. Where you're born like that, where you have a natural hatred towards someone. Each one of you has some group of people that you have a natural hatred towards, even though it's insane and makes no sense. And some of you are doing it on what people look like, and some of you apparently call something called the rich. Okay, that is just because it's a built-in mechanism to war, like you're in a jungle. And most of you were having an increasing agitation and had to be put on medication because of the population problem. That's got to be what it is. You began to feel like there was a problem with resources because you can see everywhere you fucking go is a person, especially up here. Everywhere you go is a car and a fucking person. I feel your agitation about that, just so you know. But I can't do anything about it because I don't have that within me. Right. All I can do is keep trying to move away from where the people are and walk away from where the people are. That's what my species does because we don't produce all these people. We don't have that. Yeah, we don't have that. It's a different species, and only God can fix you guys' problems by transitioning into another bodily form. That's the only thing that can happen with you. My species has been in a celibacy program where there's probably millions of us that are at different age groups that are single and have no children. But we are not neutered primates, so our behaviorisms and our speech are not the same. You have some people here that didn't produce children, but they're not my species. And they're not married because they're antisocial. Not they're my species. There's a difference between being antisocial and unattractive and my species. We definitely don't have that thing where we have a group of people that we have a hatred for. Yeah, that is. And one of the ways you can tell too is that we don't use drugs and alcohol. It's like a Muslim. You ever hear of Muslims that don't drink? It's like that. Some of us have a history of that stuff before 2011, but in 2011, God had us all get sober. The ones that weren't sober already, we don't. Excuse me, we don't use. So that's like one of the big, and I knew that from the beginning. So, right, in terms of that Brian guy is not really a loss to me because he's not a human being. I have no desire to be involved with anyone that's not my species. I couldn't be friends with someone of the other species. It wouldn't work out. But I definitely would never be involved romantically with the other species. I already sacrificed 7 years of my life, been ready to be hurled over a fucking toilet doing that. It's that bad and disgusting to me. Never in a day would I be getting romantically. It would get like that with that guy. Yeah. Once you realize what they're actually like and stuff, even though he wasn't fat and gross like Al, people think that Brian was gross. Well, at least he wasn't fat. There's nothing worse than being with someone that's fat, from what I can tell. I mean, clearly, I don't usually get with gross people, but um, He didn't have that shit going on with his skin when I first met him. I figured it was from drug use. I'm sure it was probably from drug use. I don't know. It's pretty late. It's after midnight. Because I took a nap. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't work. So when you're talking real loud, though, when it's after midnight. But that's why I was saying that thing about it, to sort of veer back off into a different topic now. When I was saying that thing about screening dudes that would ever go out with someone who's fat, right? You just go, no, um, yeah, it's not going to work out for courting. This is, I'm sure Karen Corbett would say the same thing. Like, just this, that is just disgusting. It's not even like a question you would think to ask a person too, but clearly, have you ever gone out with someone that's overweight? Okay, no. I feel better after that story about the people driving it. I'm kind of surprised they allowed that news story to run. I feel better after seeing that, yeah. I guess I should probably shut this off even if I don't go to bed, just because it's so late.